the female perspective on it.
We already left.
She heard. She heard.
No. I meant outside to view you.
Right.
You.
So,
all right, everybody. This is
I
your
got you.
Squad Boss, man. Welcome to the Argument League, the first official Argument League, the argument between Nikki Justice. Shout out to her. Subscribe to her page, Nikki Justice on the Run. Taco Tuesday. She keep it
Salute
real.
to Nikki.
And the brother Goldmind of Goldmind Tree Tribe TV. Subscribe to him. Now check gang. Topic is polygamy. Oh, I know. Nikki's coming from perspective. Throw it in the trash. Wrap it up, put it out on the curb, and let that shit get picked up and taken away and dumped off and never come back. Yes. Goldmind perspective. He's in it. He's living it. It's not a dream.
Yeah.
He's there.
Okay.
Two worlds collide. Who will survive? This your boy Suave. Thank y'all for joining us at the Argument League. Share this shit like this shit right now. All right. So this how we gonna do it because I have no official formatting. All feelings, no facts. I don't know how this gonna go, but your facts are useful, but they're not mandatory. If you get put off, somebody put off on you in the conversation, you better do something and say something to get back in the conversation. Trust and believe me. I know this is gonna be a good one, and I'm honored to have a male-female first interaction here on it because this is not like your other leagues. Okay. Women fuck with us, fam. They fuck with us. Okay, all right. So here we go. This is how we gonna jump it off.
I don't see you live. Wait a minute. Where are you live at? Because I don't see it.
Should be the Argument League, not Swab Boss 26.
And no coin flip. I let the queen go first.
You know I was gonna reach for that coin.
Mm-hmm.
You're not live. It says
the Argument League.
Oh,
not Swab Boss 26. Yeah.
SVDI. Is that it? SVDI.
Just the regular. Hold on. I'm finna put the link in the back. Hold on.
Okay, because I don't see it.
Yeah. I'm finna put the link in the big.
Okay, so this is the argument. Okay, so there's another argument.
Yeah. That's the one I'm supposed to be switching over to. The link to the one that we on, I just put it in the back. And I'm finna put it in the description of the last video I just posted.
Okay. Right. Okay, wait a minute. All right, got it. I'm here. I'm definitely here. All right. Peace and black power to everybody. Hit that like button. Thank you for joining us. This is Nikki Justice on the Run, of course. With Suave Boss, Suave B, snapping off entertainment.
Know that like a throwback.
That's right. Polygamy or no polygamy? What do you say? This is a hot topic every single day, and it is a running theme. Suave. And I came to you and I said, Suave, check this out. Check this out. And Suave said, what's up? And I said, I'm down. So we're here. I can't hear you. Wait a minute. Are you on me? Peace to the chat. You know it.
Okay. That's what it is. Y'all can hear me? Mic check.
All good.
All right, round one. Nikki say polygamy is trash. Throw it in the garbage. Here's why. Take off.
Yes. Well, this is why. Because it's very unfortunate. Women are not that receptive to other women. I'm seeing polygamy also being used and abused, misused, mistreated as a relaxation mode for the man. The man is supposed to be the head of the house. I'm under the impression that women are supposed to live in their own separate homes. It seems that some of the men are trying to get the women to all live together and participate in some type of big sexual act. I'm not down with that, okay? I'm not interested in another woman. I love black men. I don't want to watch my man have sexual relationships with another woman. there will be a problem, and this will be very serious. Okay. So, another thing, polygamy does not seem to work. That's right, it does not seem to work. Now, yes, sisters, listen up, and brothers too. We have been in a, I guess, polyamorous type relationships before, right? Oh, knowingly or unknowingly, willingly or unwillingly. But the thing about it is that I didn't get a good feeling, you know what I'm saying, from joining someone else, or him having another relationship and things of this nature. It's
Did
not
it
what,
stop you?
huh?
Did it stop you?
It stopped a couple of things. Let's just say
I'm saying when you found out about being a third party or being the second party to a third party,
I
did it
wasn't a
stop?
secretary, but did I stop? Let's say no at that
Mm.
point in time, but it's no, no, not
First
over.
of all, this round one, you supposed to step on him about cutting you off, fam. You
Oh,
supposed to jump dead on him for cutting you off. Hold on, fam.
Bro, don't give her no Anna. You know she about that life. You don't gotta tell her nothing. She doing good.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, so no, no, not at first, of course. Like, thing, oh, let's work it out. I'm not gonna mess with her, blah, blah, blah. But it just seemed like a chance or a time to just get over. You know what I'm saying? And then time also, you at work for 12 hours a day, and where will your time be for all of these wives and all of these children? So, in that manner, I'm very selfish. A lot of women are very selfish. And if we're complaining about time, then how is it that we're going to have time? When are you going to have time for all of these other people and your friends and your parents, you know what I'm saying, and your other family members and family gatherings and, sports if you do that? Like, where's the woman's benefit in polygamy? And I don't see it. Another thing is that you cannot legally be married to more than one woman. Let's be clear. So, polygamy is not going to exist no matter what you do. Okay? It's just not. Um, that's just you having a concubine. That's just you having other women. That's just you having side relationships. There's always going to be a main relationship. And then you're going to be adding others
What
on.
is a marriage, queen?
A marriage, I don't know. I don't know.
Bang, bang, bang. That's the end of Nikki round right there. She got a couple points that you need to address, sir.
Man.
Polygamist, you polygamist.
All right, that's
Women,
how you
you
go.
can't be legal.
Oh,
You
this
can't
how
be
you
legal.
gonna do,
You
bruh?
you could
That's how
not
you.
be legally. You could not be legally married to more than one woman.
My
Women
mama
can't
might be
stand each
watching
other.
this, man. It's calling me a
She did.
polygamist.
She did. She did. I represent her right now. I got you. You'll see the flow of it. Listen, she said women don't like each other. She don't want to see her man have sex with nobody else.
Let me deal with them
Where's you
first
gonna
two.
have time
Let
for
me
all
deal
of
with
these
them
kids?
first two. Bring me
Take off,
back,
bro.
man.
It's on
Okay.
you.
No, she don't want to see her man. In no particular order. I ain't gonna deal with it, but she don't want to see her man having intercourse with another woman. Now let's not get out of control with this. Like, if it's to the point where you seeing your man having intercourse with another woman, first of all, there's conversation that has totally been skipped. A conversation of your comfort level, a conversation of what you want to get out of this family structure. Before we even get to the point of bringing a woman in. I asked what marriage was because marriage is a contract, an agreement between two people. So you can go with the template that the government gives you, and then we'll fall into a legality of how many times you can use that template because they own it. You know what I mean? So they can tell you how many times you can be married, etc. For me, poly was not a choice. It was more so of me. We all say we trying to find ourselves. Along the way of finding myself, I figured out, damn, my people used to live a whole nother way that was not a shameful way. When we talk about side chicks and concubines, that's the perversion of a family structure. When a man is allowed to be himself and provide for all that he surveyed, that's some king shit. I'm the king of all that I surveyed. So if I see somebody need help and I don't do nothing about it, that's not a king. As far as what is it, taking care of all the kids, that's a collective thing. So to put that all on one person in the family, that's not a holistic family. That's a
Oh
to me
yes,
that's a third world structure of a family.
man is the,
That is not African by any means.
the man is
Everybody do their part.
everybody.
Provision is it can be mental intellect. Now this third world concept of us being in this monetary system, we still got a way we can deal with that as Africans. And that's why I pose poly as the system to help us overcome this monetary system that is meant to dismantle the family by having a woman look at the man for not being able to bring in enough resources because it's set up that way. And the man look at her like, damn, you know this shit, but you steady more on my head. So it's almost like a cowardice way to be like he can't afford. You know that before you even with one man, he can't afford the family. So you got to work too. So we can't say, oh, we gonna disown our ancient cultures or traditions of how we lived when we was thriving, because you can't look in no culture of somebody thriving or great men and they was limited to one woman. So unless you're trying to tell me that black men ain't great, that's your opinion. But me myself, I have proven myself, so therefore my woman gives me leeway, my first queen. You feel me? So that being said, I would rather be on the up and up, take on responsibility rather than alleviate myself of accountability and have concubines. I don't know about a lot of brothers, but I have a Gemini energy, which allows me to be dual. I have a strong ability to balance shit. When I was so-called a player, as I think you're referring to when you saying men don't have this capability. It wasn't until I wanted to get caught I got caught. But when I matured as a man and recognized the error in my ways, I didn't treat women like that. I was honest with them. And being honest with my wife, she allowed me to be the king that I am. And she expects me to be this king. So if I turn around and back up off of what a king's supposed to do, which is be there for his sisters and his queens, that's not gonna be respected amongst my family circle. So as much as I do understand my people don't quite grasp the concept and we want to pick and choose what parts of African culture we gonna pick back up to save ourselves in these situations that you're speaking of with the economic system that's set up to dismantle the family, um, we can't use that as a reason not to unify when we know through the numbers ain't no way all these sisters gonna have their own queen. So we can be selfish if we want to, but poly allows for us to grow up our immature emotions. We know selfishness is not a good, it's not progressive. Regardless to how much we try to justify it, it's not progressive. So if there's selfishness within your family, that's a beginning issue right there.
All right. I was finna cut you off anyway. The end of your round.
I could
You
see
addressed
my
it.
time
You can see the time you did have. Nikki, you monogamous
Yes,
relationship upholder.
by
yes,
default.
He addressed a couple of things. There has to be conversations before the sex would even occur. You just jumped right to what made you discomfort, and none of the process that builds to making it secure.
that's right.
How do you defend yourself on that with the monogamous mind?
That's right. That's right. It's not necessarily that I have a monogamous mind. If we had a different society that would support a polygamist, which he just stated, that there is no real way for a man, one man, to support a polygamous lifestyle. He just stated that. So I won.
What is polygamy? Is polygamy mean that a man that one man
He
supports
in a
the
relationship
whole?
by himself.
He has the whole financial backup. She says you have to provide a home for each
I
wife,
I got an
clothes for
answer
each
to
wife,
that
food
because
for
I
each wife, and amenities for all of the kids that you make with these wives. Go, man, defend that.
okay, Swab, did I not respond to that when I said that's a third world concept? To think that Africans looked at their family and said the man is the only one that's supposed to bring in resources. When we got sisters wearing hats that later became baskets, as to show they brought in resources too. Some of the first agriculturalists were women.
Can
But
I
what I'm
clarify
saying is, in order for us to
that?
thrive as a black family, we got to come out that monetary system anyway.
Can I
So,
can I clarify?
checkmate.
Jump in.
I want to clarify that the man is the sole provider. The woman does take care of the household and the children and things of this nature. Make sure that the man
Taking
has.
care of the household is a form of provision too. So wouldn't that be manly? Because if you look up husband, that means he take care of the house. He takes care of the house. So
He not gonna be able to do it all. Let's be
I'm
realistic.
just saying, so we interchange, and
He's
you
not
know
gonna
that. So
be.
don't try to put it all on the man when it comes to bringing in
It is
resources.
all on the man though, because the
And
man
you said it's not supported by society, so we know it's not supported by society.
is
So
not.
why leave your man out the dry just to blame him when you know
I
he's
would
not
never
gonna be able
leave
to
him out
excel
the
that way?
man. That's not what I'm saying. You misconstruing my words. That's not what I'm saying.
Go ahead, Queen.
Clarify your premise.
I'm saying that the man has a specific role in the relationship, and it is not for him to gather women, okay, to provide for him. Or it is not for the women to make up for where he is falling short. You understand what I'm saying? To make him feel like he is the
I
man.
do understand what you're saying.
But you're cutting me off, so I don't understand how.
You asked did I understand. I just said that. That's all.
Hold on. So you can't look like the man on top of the man when the women are the ones that are holding you up. You understand what I'm saying? A woman is supposed to hold you. She's
Oh, I think you leaking. You might
That's
be
how
bleeding.
real society go. Who's the
You
throne
might
in
be
Kemet?
bleeding, gold
Who's
man.
the throne in Kemet? This African culture. So keep going, Queen. You right. Come on. It's all hands on deck. But it's
So
okay
look,
though.
in
Yeah.
today's society, can a man afford one woman?
no,
Yeah, come on. So whoa, why you even in a monogamous relationship?
no, he cannot.
Why you even in a relationship then?
I'm not gonna be in a multiplex relationship with multiple. That I think personally that's disgusting. But
I
as
understand your projections of poly. And let me give
but
you
see, this is
what
not a
poly I live. Cause
personally.
it's what works for
This
you.
is a lot of different women that are feeling this because once
I
again,
understand.
the woman is not seeing or feeling or
Hmm.
reaping any rewards or benefits from a polygamous relationship, meaning that the man is the only one that gets to jump around, which is already
I don't
happening.
know what kind of man you talking about. I had my fun in high school and in college jumping around. I don't need extra women for that. I'm taking
But
on responsibility within my community.
you want poly, you want multiples. This is what I'm saying. The women are not being satisfied as it is. I'm not going to sit here and be
Not
satisfied.
mine.
Listen,
So you might would have had that conversation with somebody else.
Cause that was
Satisfaction
a
is
deep cut.
guaranteed.
Godo, let her get that one out. Let
Nah,
her
there ain't
put
no
that
cut
mic
like
all,
I'm
let
cut
her put
like
that
that.
mic all the way
No.
through. Go ahead, Nikki.
Nah, I'm cut like that. See,
I
I
know
already
you
came
can
out the
take it. I
womb
know you
cut
can
like
take it.
that.
I know
already
you can
won
take
the argument. He agreed with me. I already won the argument. He agreed with me.
Man, he trying to hold you up. You know we love our queens. But going back to what you said about the queens upholding the kings, that is African culture. Who is the throne in Kemet? It is the queen. So we never deny the fact that the queen is the support system that allows for us to be the men that
But
we
then
are.
we
So
have to
when you separate that in a relationship, that's the division in a relationship why black relationships don't work now.
there
Because you
was,
don't want to support your king and he don't want to support you.
that's not true. See,
That's what you was just talking about. Oh, the queen's gonna support the man. He the only one. No, I work.
no, no,
My
you
wife doesn't work. So
listen.
with that being said, you wrong again. A black man can support a black woman in today's time without her working.
Okay, but
So
it's not gonna be. Listen, we can't live in Kemet. Please leave them out of here because I
we
definitely
can't live in Kemet, but we can apply the principles.
can't
Let's
live
not do
in
that.
Kemet. Go in there. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Okay, can we not deliver babies? Can we not deliver babies like they did in Kemet, Queen?
Okay,
Do we not do the same things they did in Kemet today? Let's not try to make that empty cut.
I don't know anything about Kemet. I don't want to hear
Where
nothing.
did marriage come from? Like, didn't they practice marriage in Kemet and we still practice it today? So let's throw that away too then. Everything they practice in Kemet, we gotta throw that away.
No, no, no.
Like,
You gotta address that, Queen. You gotta address that, Queen. You can't
We
just throw that away.
trying to win
And
because
oh, hold on. We just got 10,000 child points in the background. 10,000 child points for Goldmind. Right now, we got the score at 33,105 for Goldmind and
you know that's why we do it for the
21,045 points
family.
for
Fruits of the
Nikki.
labor.
Goldmind is gaining on over talking points, but Nikki is gaining back with setting shit in perspective points. Goldmind is reaching. Let's go back to our roots, some shit, Kemet points,
no
and
roots.
Nikki and
Ain't
Ain't
Nikki
no
is coming back
roots.
with and
Where
Nikki
you
is coming
pop up
back with them
from?
ain't no roots
nobody
points.
Kemet, ain't nobody from Africa.
Ain't no roots where your hair come from. It come out the roots of your head, and then we see it on top of that mud. Roots is everywhere.
Staying on the polygamy topic here. So this is what's going on with
Ain't no roots in polygamy. Is that what you saying?
this is what's going on with polygamy. You're not gonna throw me off to turn it to some little perversion of yours. Listen,
Nah, the perversion is when you got side chicks, not when you got wives.
polygamy is not gonna work in this society. And as a matter of fact, if polygamy
Who
was,
determined what's a
excuse me,
society?
excuse me, if
That's your
polygamy
social group.
listen, if
12,000 excuse me points. Excuse me. Excuse me. Go ahead, Nikki.
Excuse me.
if polygamy was working,
6,000.
if polygamy worked then, it would have worked now, and it wouldn't be a
It
problem.
did work for over 4,000 years.
It's not working. It
And it
didn't.
stopped because the people was
It didn't get
conquered, not
that.
because they stopped practicing
It
it.
died then, and it's dead now. How about
Bro,
that?
Queen, it only stopped because the people was conquered,
Because
not because they seen something wrong in what they was
they
doing.
were murdered.
A
That's
evil group of people that felt like you should only have a relationship with a
they're
man
dead and
stopped
polygamy.
the black man from being with all his black queens.
No, no, no,
Let's
no.
be real. That's the marriage that we deal with today
Well,
that
how come
limits
this isn't a way?
blacks from practicing their African culture of poly.
No, you don't have an African culture. You in America.
Right. Don't they call me an African American? Let's not do that.
I don't know what they call.
Even that society that you keep adjusting to, you feel me? Because my society deals with my social group. My brothers accept me for who I am, so I
Oh,
be me. You feel me? That's society. So
wow.
if you around people who don't allow you to be you, you gotta move around, shorty.
Now,
Like poly, I understand what you
who
saying. You
is
talking
the
about a
shorty?
general
Who
consistency
is
of
the shorty?
poly, huh? Who is
Excuse me.
shorty?
Who
I'm
is the
pretty
shorty?
sure there's joggings where you come from. You feel me? I mean,
Oh,
no,
wait a
no
minute.
disrespect, shorty.
Let
I'm
me
pretty sure you shorter than me, but it's cool. It's cool though.
let me help you out. Okay, so we back to polygamy. Polygamy didn't work in Africa. Polygamy is not going to work here.
We been on polygamy, but go ahead.
Men men want several women for personal use only. There is no benefit.
That's the men you deal with, cause you ain't asked me what I want my queens around
Why
for.
is he interrupting? I'm not understanding.
It's the argument lane, queen. When you breathe, I come in.
No, listen. So, excuse me. Thank you.
This
Um,
is balance, queen. Let's go.
listen. The polygamy is not accepted anywhere. I don't know where polygamy is even
And
accepted.
it's not exclusive to your definition. If I
To,
say I'm practicing it, how is it not
I'm talking
accepted?
about my definition.
All that matters is within my relationship
You
who
are
accepted.
trying to change the
Not
subject.
people on the outside, queen.
I
I'm
said,
talking about what you just said. I addressed it.
where is polygamy successful at right now? Where?
In my house. You want to see the fruits of it?
Oh
You
my!
want to? You
You
hear him?
have no
Ain't
nation.
it about the babies? Ain't it about the
You have
furtherance of
no
our
nation.
DNA?
No,
What are
it's
we
not.
doing this for?
No, it's
What?
not.
Okay, what do a man and a woman come together
It's for
for?
the babies. No, it's not for the babies.
Okay, so what is a family structure for? Cause that's what I thought we was talking about. When
It
you
has
talking
to
about
be for
poly,
the man
we
and the
talking
woman.
about a family.
You talking about all these other aspects of polygamy?
Nah, you kept bringing up about how the men that you want to deal with want multiple women, not multiple
I
wives. They just
didn't
want to
say
be
that.
side
Oh
chicks.
my goodness. Phew.
Okay,
Hey,
well, okay, Queen, let's clear it up then. Let
oh,
ask me
I
some
gotta
questions
go.
about what poly is
Thank
to me, because you've
you.
been making generalizations.
Invitation. I gotta go. So thank you so much. I already won.
Peace out, Queen. It
I
was
already
great
won.
talking to you. I told you these conversations don't last long. I got answers for that. I
You
got
had
answers for that.
you
You got a
lost
question.
in
You
the
won't
first
question me
round.
what poly is to me.
You
You just gonna
lost.
throw generalizations out, Queen.
You lost in the first
Thank
round.
you for telling us how the men
You
were with
agreed
you.
with me. You agreed with me. So period.
Okay,
The
Suave. I'll
chat.
make sure to
Put in
get
the
my
chat right
queen
now.
on
If
here.
you got Goldmind winning in this argument, put one. If you got Nikki Justice on the run winning the argument, put two. I'm
She
telling
Let's
you
definitely
right
on the
now.
run. She ready to go. It was good talking to you though, Queen. I still got love for
you
you. Like I
didn't talk
said,
to
I'm not
me.
trying to
You didn't
convert
talk to
you.
me. You talked over me and you
Nah, we talked a couple of times before
it's
now,
me.
Queen.
I
Every
don't
time you breathe, I'ma speak. That's no disrespect in that. I never called.
so you don't have anything to say. I already won. I won.
You
You
never asked me anything.
you agreed with
I had to
me.
get rebounds off the board, baby.
I won.
I had
I
to get these
won.
rebounds off the board. You never passed the mic. I had to jump in, shawty.
I I won in the first round. You agree with me, so it's over.
No, I did not agree with you.
The joint been over.
What did I agree about, Miss Nikki?
Okay, so Big Game Orenthal James said number one. So what's number one against Swall?
Man, we
One is
voting
if
for the.
Goldmind won. Two is
Thank
if
you.
Nikki
That's 2 points
won.
because she pointed out my point. That's 2 points in the argument lead. Thank you, Queen.
Oh
I
my
love
goodness.
my queens. That's why I'm there
Oh,
for
Big
all of
Game
y'all.
Orenthal James.
Even though you don't want me to be. I'm
Big
there
Game
for you.
Orenthal James is from MGTOW, so I don't
I'm
know.
there for you,
Take that
love.
how you get it. MGTOW, men going their own way. Great,
Man,
excellent.
cut that shit out, cuz.
Any
Cut
other men
that.
in the chat?
You gonna
Any women?
stop telling us about your past history and relationships, man. You can't put that on everybody. Them is emotional projections, Queen.
I didn't talk about my past
You
history.
never
You
asked me
got a
one
mental
time
problem.
what Polly was to me. You threw out
You got a
generalizations
mental
of how
problem.
your exes told you Polly was gonna be if y'all practiced it.
Accusations of mental instability.
Let me
20,000 points.
because
Yes, let
20,000
me get
points.
it. Let
no,
me get it.
no,
Sold to the gold mine.
y'all dudes can't support no multiple women.
I'm
Period.
doing it, Queen. I'm doing it. My wife don't work. You want her to
You're not.
vouch? You need a vouch?
You're not.
Matter of fact, it's videos on my channel. Check out how Polly supposed to be, family. You know, it is on Goldmind Tree Tribe TV. You know, because it's one thing to have a generalization and look up the
And you still
definitions.
talking.
Like relationships
You
are
talking about
relationships, but
Kemet.
what
Kemet
works
is
for you and your partner, what works for you and your
dead.
partner. You spoke on a
Kemet is dead.
generalization, Queen.
Kemet is dead, and so is polygamy.
Right.
Oh
Okay.
shit. She said
Right.
Kevin is dead and so
And so is polygamy. So is your argument.
Ah, that shit sound good. Just like all
Okay.
the past relationship experiences we
Thank
just
you.
explored it tonight.
Why
Because you
you keep
told
talking
us
about my past
the men that you was with was talking about having orgies. I never said nothing about poly orgies. I cleared that up and said it's not about sex. So let that be known that the woman is thinking about sex before the man in poly. Let that be known. At least from Nikki's perspective.
Wow.
so
You tripping.
is a man seeking more than one woman and it's not about sex, has nothing to do
A
with it.
man has one penis. A man has one penis. So how are you having all of these women? Once again, everything,
Right. She need to have sex all day. She can't breathe.
everything. No, no, no. That's your wife. You
See,
talking about
once again, you talking about one penis. You keep making it about sex. What
your
we gonna
wife?
do with the penis? What
Don't
we
talk.
gonna do with the penis?
Listen, don't talk about me personally. First of all, okay?
I'm
A
governing.
real life. Hold on. A real
Pause.
life check moment.
Anything else? Don't you ever
Play
tell me
that
I
night
want
mark.
penis all day. Don't you ever disrespect me.
Whoa, what was that?
Any nigga that want poly women and
Time out.
is a freak.
40,000.
Period.
She cheating. She
You
getting
want
emotional, bro.
sex
That's cheating.
all day.
That
That's
is
you. You
cheating.
Emotions.
want sex
All
all
feelings,
day.
no facts.
All of
All
you.
feelings, no facts.
Period. Period. That's you. Don't put me in that with your, whatever you doing over in your house. I don't care what you do in your house. Polygamy is dead.
So
Each
why make generalizations,
all of
Queen?
that
Why
culture.
make statements that you
You
can't
cannot.
back?
You
Kemet so
cannot
dead, but people still
support it.
practicing it and
You
taking
cannot
tourist
support
attraction
it.
trips every
You
time you
have
turn
one
around, but they
house.
dead though.
Okay. How
Not to
many
mention,
houses?
America is based on what they learned from taking their ass to your
How many
former
houses do
land.
you have? How many?
How
How
many
many?
houses? Oh, so we playing the white man game? Oh,
How
let's see how many white slips you got.
many exactly?
Hold
How
on.
many
Answer the
queens
question.
is
Go
sent?
mind. Go mind. You running
I
from
don't
the
got
question.
none. I don't have none, but I supersede that.
If
Well,
you have one
how
house with
many
all of
queens are
these women,
satisfied with my
all of
efforts?
these
That's a better
children,
question.
y'all
That's
pop
a
y'all go
better
pop at
question.
each other.
Cause ain't it about the
You
sisters?
move around or breathe in that house.
Ain't it
You
about the
got all
sisters?
these people laid up in
Hold on. Did I
ain't
say it's
nobody
multiple women living in my house?
ain't
Here go the
nobody
generalizations, but I'm not supposed to get personal. But she
no
throw out her personal generalizations because she don't know my house, nor have you asked.
we
Nor
talking
have you
about
asked.
listen,
But
if
I
you
can't get
cannot
personal, Nikki,
afford
though. But you
once
can keep
again,
on throwing your personal business in the street.
you can't afford it.
How you know, mommy? How you know, mommy? I just sit there and told you my wife don't work.
Hold
She
on.
ain't been working for at least 2 to 3 years. So what is you talking about?
Nigga,
So you know I can't
have
afford it
more
though.
than one house for all of his wives and all of his children. If you
Mm-hmm.
only have one house and
Right.
you cannot
Right.
period.
Okay, so what was the monetary system created for,
Polygamy
Queen?
is dead.
Was it meant for black people to
You
extend
can't
and have a
afford
fruitful
it
life, or
if
was it for them
all
to
of those
divide our
women
families?
live in the same house. You can't afford it.
All
Period.
right, well, Nikki, let it be known that you saying all your queens, your sisters are needy. I don't see my queens that way. They don't need me to take care of them. So keep on with
I'm
that.
not talking. I'm
Keep
talking
on
about
with that.
polygamy. I'm talking about polygamy.
I'm talking about polygamy. If you want to know my version, then you
You
might want to ask. Don't throw out generalizations because then I got to say that's your personal experience.
If you don't
That's
have a
your
budget for
personal
everybody,
experience.
it's not my personal
I
experience because
can't tell. You ain't asked me no
I'm not into
questions.
polygamy. It's not my
Or you hold
personal
on, you did
experience.
ask me some questions, but you're not
What the
addressing the answers I gave you
what the
when we was
experience
on the off chat.
most women, what the experience is for most women experiencing who have experienced polygamy.
Right, but they ain't
That
experienced
the
me.
men, that the men want them to work, the men want them to take care of everything and
That's
shut
Mexican polygamy. I know about that.
that's and the women want to be
That's
shut.
Mexican
The
polygamy. I know
men,
about that, Queen.
why are you talking over top of me?
It's the argument league.
This
It's
ain't
not
the
the
argument.
debate
No,
league.
it's not.
Yeah,
No, no.
go ahead, finish your point. You
You
said
gotta
they was doing
respect
what,
me. Yo,
Nikki?
I don't know. Where you think you at though? This
What you say?
ain't
You
that.
doing what? Describe what you saying about that.
You haven't made any point for polygamy yet, not one. But I'm
Uh-oh.
gonna keep going. So
Hey, give her some more points for accusations.
ain't no
I
act.
got it. Go ahead. You got 60 seconds.
Press
Take
rewind.
off. You can't. No
You
interruptions. Go ahead.
gotta press rewind. But the thing about it is that polygamy has certain terms and conditions. You keep talking about the think you're gonna throw the white man in there and the monetary system. We live in a reality.
You
Period.
talking about his money?
We live in a no. We talking about polygamy. Polygamy's money or polygamous money and the money that they don't have and the resources that they do not have and the resources that they want the women to have and to
In
bring
poly systems you was in.
home. Okay, that's what's going on. That's what those videos were about that I made. But see, you didn't see my video, so there's no reason for me to even talk to you, even though I already won in the first round. It's been a wrap. You see what I'm saying?
Another accusation point.
It's
Goldmind. Do you know any other polygamists?
Not to. I know some, but I know them from a distance, as well
Like
as
you personally don't know any polygamists. So
not no male polygamists. I know female polygamists.
there is
Yes,
no
I
benefit
do.
in polygamy for women. There's absolutely zero.
Once again, you remember us talking in the hangout, Queen. Who did I tell you anointed me, gave me the light on it? It was a queen. So I know female queens that are
I'm talking.
polygamists. That's the answer to my brother question.
I'm talking about.
So my perspective of poly is strictly come from a female telling
Nikki,
me
do you
about
know
poly.
any
So thank you.
polygamists?
Say it again.
Have you ever known personally any polygamists?
Yes.
Was any of them successful in
Words.
any way?
Words. What?
In no way. They were just horrible people or the system.
No, they were good people. It's just the relationships didn't work. They were good people as individuals, but that whole freak Greek fest, polygamy is a Greek word, period. So it's gonna have Greek connotations and sexual overtones that comes with it. So period. I mean,
You
it's
said Greek fest.
Uh
So poly
oh.
came
Uh
from
a
Greek.
Greek
oh.
fest. Exactly. That's what I said.
Poly came from Greek now. Y'all
Are
hear
you
that?
representing the Greeks like the Hebrews are?
Man, foul. Foul. I call foul, bro. You gotta take some points for that.
Let's go.
You gotta take some points for that.
Hold
She
on.
see
Let's
this
have a
red,
Google
black, and
moment.
green.
Let's have a Google moment.
Man,
Oh
and think I'm
man.
on some Greek shit.
Polygamy is a Greek term.
I might give you that on some
Uh
Greek and
oh.
Latin makes up all of English language, but that is not a point. That is not a point. Since we speak in English, it just so happens. But that don't mean that it came from that culture. Now the poly that the Greeks practice, I'm not vouching for that shit at all. But I
Okay.
also
So
notice how my
Goldmind.
sister
So do
what
you condone female
It
polygamy? Do
is
you
or
do you
it is
condone do you
man.
condone one girlfriend getting more than one husband?
Yeah, can I answer that? Definitely. Look, this is one thing I definitely want to put out there to all the males who call themselves want to be poly or do any of the African cultures. If you're
not.
gonna do poly, the first thing you gotta accept is the fact that if you can't adjust to the selfishness that it will require for you to accept if your woman was to be honest and say she want multiple kings, you don't even need to do this shit. And it just so happened my queen said she didn't want multiple kings. So yes, I had to open myself up to that shit.
Because it's
But
just
it's like I told the queen, it's all in what works for you. Just like in a monogamous relationship, I'm pretty sure every monogamous relationship is not the same as the next one.
So you
So
was willing to accept your girlfriend had more than one husband, but
I
luckily,
felt like as a
fortunately,
I
she
felt
said
like as a
no.
mature yeah, I felt like as a mature
Okay,
person, I
Nikki,
had to
shoot
do
that shit
that
up.
if I'm asking somebody else to do that shit.
Okay, hold on. Give a chance. Nikki, shoot that shit up. You heard what he said. He said, yeah, he opened it. Are you open to women having more than one husband? Is that the problem that it always rotates around the man having
Yeah,
more
cause
than
she
one
want
girl?
that.
You don't know what I want. Okay, worry about polygamy.
Have you had multiple boyfriends? That's
You
a
got
better question.
you got enough to worry about. I don't understand why you worry about what I'm doing. But
Have
the
you
thing
had multiple boyfriends?
is that no, women do not want multiple. Women don't for to the best. No, women do not know. They don't want multiple men. That is disgusting. That is
Oh,
crazy.
Nikki, have you ever known a girl with more than one boyfriend?
Yes, yes.
How did it work out? Was it successful?
ask her what she want.
No, I thought she was a whore, and I ain't want nothing to do with her.
But did she last longer than the polygamous relationship when the man had more than one wife?
No, no, she was pretty much a pass around. No.
Ah, go man. Do you know any women with more
Whoa.
than one man?
Did she say she a pass around?
That's what she said. She said.
And see, she earned me points in the first round because that go back to the first round where she said women have less respect for each other. That's why this shit don't work in certain circles. You feel me?
Women
So
get along.
like it's a lot of shots being taken at women, and it's not by me. Like I want
Uh
that shit to be
uh
noted.
oh.
Like
Gender bias points. Reverse
right,
gender bias points.
reverse gender bias
Oh
points.
man.
If I said that, I get put off right now, bruh.
Yeah,
That's fuck.
gender bias.
Yeah, you running from that question. Have you ever known girls with multiple men and did it? What
Hell fucking yeah.
I said
was
yeah.
was no? I'm talking to Gold Man. Was she
And
successful?
he thought she was a whore, just like
Yeah, I
everybody.
thought that because I was programmed to think there's a such thing as a hoe.
Oh my! Please give me some points. He is agreeing with
She
everything.
want falsehood points. I said I was programmed to think there was a such thing
No,
as a hoe. That
no.
mean I was programmed against women, and you
Every
still programmed because you keep bringing up the shit that's
cut
bringing
it
women
out.
down.
Cut it out.
She's a hoe. I see
Cut it
a hoe
out.
because she doing what she want to
Okay,
do.
we got it. We got a cat. We got a question from the chat.
You agree with me. Cut it out. That's it.
No,
You
no, no.
agreed
Just because women
again.
say other women is
You
hoes,
agreed
don't mean I
again.
gotta say that shit.
You agreed again. You agreed with me.
No, I don't know no
Big
man that
game
don't
boy
appreciate a
called
woman
James.
being a hoe.
Well, the
Hmm.
first marriage for black people ends in marriage at 70%. Do
Mm.
y'all think marriage works?
Yes. Yes.
Gold man, do you think marriage works?
You know it ain't that simple. What kind of marriage? Because you ain't gonna set me up.
Monogamous. One man, one woman.
Oh yeah, gotta start there. Yeah,
Yes.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't go
Then we
against
just
that.
agreed again. Thank you.
Nah,
Even with divorce being at
how could
70%,
I participate in
hold
poly
on.
if I don't agree in one
Even with
marriage?
marriages ending in
That's
divorce at
crazy.
70%, you y'all look at that as successful.
Yes.
Once again, I can only base my success on my experience. You feel me? So that being said, I've been successful in my marriage.
I don't
It's
know
been the best
anybody.
thing happened to
No. I'm
me.
saying in general, if you have 100, only 30% of black marriages survive. Do you accept that statistic as success?
Yes.
Um,
That's
even
good
like,
enough.
can I throw this in
30%
there
is
too
good.
though? Because I think even with the outcome not being something that weighs out statistically, we must say that when people are in relationships and they trying to make that thing work and they committed, they are better people. So I still say it's successful.
Uh-oh. I think you gave a food on that one. You really should have argued against that point, brother.
Nah, bro, because poly started monogamous first. You can't be poly till you get one right. So really, she
You
on
should
my
have
side
shot
and
that
don't
shit up
know.
when they brought that shit, man. You represent polygamy. Fuck a marriage.
I
What the
just
fuck is
saying,
a marriage?
what you think polygamy is? It's multiple marriages. What is you talking
I'm
about?
talking about monogamous relationship.
You
Do
gotta be
y'all
in a
do y'all
monogamous relationship to get to a poly. What is you talking about? I gotta have one woman satisfied before I can get two.
So there you go, Nikki. Polygamous, polygala polygamy is
Uh-huh.
based on monogamy. What do you
Uh-huh.
say about that?
The
It's
success
an
of
advanced,
monogamy.
it's an advanced stage for people who were able
Mm-hmm.
to succeed in a monogamous relationship and add additions to it for benefits that they felt was personally worth it and needed.
and could help somebody else.
Well, I only agree with the first part, of course, that it begins with.
Community service.
I only agree with the first part. That's
So
that.
if a brother can afford, so if a brother can afford 3 homes,
And then you have sexual deviance urges, and you add other people. That's it. There's
so
no.
if a man can afford 3 homes, can he
That's,
afford at least 2 wives?
say it again.
If a man can afford 3 homes, can he at least afford 2 wives? If he could give both wife a home,
Uh-huh.
a bank account that has if I pass or if you just wake up one day and say you done with this, I don't want you to feel like you wasted your life with me. You
Uh-huh.
understand what I'm saying? Is that allowable? Would you support that?
No, I don't support polygamy. Period.
So
That's,
you just answered it biasly. You didn't even think about what he said.
there's no.
Which is what she was supposed to do. She definitely didn't fall for the underlying hook I just tried to give her. I was waiting on her to say, yeah. So that
She
if a
ain't
man can
playing.
afford, if
No,
she ain't got to work a day in her life, she
She
ain't
ain't
even got to
playing.
have a baby.
the woman ain't
But
supposed
that's what she's saying though, in so many words. If he can't afford it, he can't have multiple wives. But
is
now
that.
you just laid out the utopia of what she asking for, and she just said she ain't willing to participate. Period. Like period.
No, I'm not willing to put. No, I'm not for.
No, participate in a monogamous relationship either, because poly is the graduation from one
Oh,
monogamous relationship.
Swab,
So obviously you
where
ain't
do
been
you get
successful
these
to get there.
people? Swab, where do you get these people? Listen,
Now
nobody.
you got your emotional points. Let me get mine, love. Don't do that.
Nobody said any of that. You just changed the whole subject. That's nobody said that. Nobody said that. That was.
It's all emotion, no facts. Subjects don't matter either.
Well, that's monogamy. If it's monogamy, listen. If it's monogamy, then there will be no marriage at all. Correct. So what are you
If it's
talking
not, hold on, hold
Mm.
on. Say that again, because we ain't gonna let that slide. If it's
about?
monogamy, it would
That
be no marriage at all. How?
you just said
How?
there
What are
would be
you
no.
monogamous for if you're not committed to the
You
marriage?
just said there would be no monogamy.
I
If
didn't
there's
say that. I just repeated what you just said.
marriage, if there's no monogamous marriage, there is no polygamous marriage. Okay, so
I
then
said it's the graduation. Now you said it right, but thank you. Yeah, that's how it go. So have you had
oh, you said it
have
wrong.
you had a
You said it
successful
wrong.
monogamous
You
relationship to
your own
even
self.
practice poly to say that it's wrong?
I
Because you
did.
can't knock something if you ain't never participated in, and that's gonna clarify whether you was giving us your personal experiences
Right.
earlier.
What you
Have
say?
you practiced it?
I'm not giving you my personal
You
experiences.
did earlier.
You,
Where you get this sexual deviance from? I ain't mentioned not one time about no orgy. And you know, hey, bro, you know, I believe sexual perversion comes from the abstinence of it. So if a man got access to have sex with multiple women, where the fuck the sexual perversion come from?
that's the
He
perversion.
don't got no, he don't, bro,
If
he
a
don't
man
gotta
is
be
supposed to have
perverted.
sex with more than
Sexual perversion is when you molest a child,
you
when
would
you rape a woman,
excuse
you
me,
do things that's outside of the mutual agreement of
cut it out.
somebody having intercourse.
Excuse
That's
me.
sexual perversion. Let's be
That's,
real.
that's not
Excuse me.
being
If
Excuse
two women
sexual
ask to
being
have a menage
is
with me, that's
going
perversion.
outside. Excuse me.
That's tripping.
Listen, your chemic stuff, cut it out. They are dead.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to live or do you what
She
do you
gonna say that. She gonna say that 3 more times, and then the people that she think actually live that I'm trying to propagate is gonna pop up on her because it's in her head. It ain't in mine. I
oh
ain't brought up sex or Kemet that much, other than to bring up African culture, and it just happened to be one of them.
you don't have an African culture. You live here in America. You don't have an African
I'm
culture.
an African in America. Let's not
Listen,
do that.
listen, cut it out. Listen, they were defeated.
Even your government acknowledged that. Don't they call you an
Listen,
African American? Let's not do
all
that.
of those cultures, whatever you talking, were defeated because of sexual.
Oh no, 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 no,
All
no,
of
no.
every last one
Oh,
of
okay.
them.
No, I give you that. You right. They was defeated
Has a
because of
crown
sexual
as a
perversion.
king. So cut it out.
Right. We adored the
Cut
women
it
and they
out.
adored the men, so they
Cut
had to
it
shut our
out.
system
You
down. So
lost.
cut it out.
You lost.
Poly is the adornment of
You
women.
lost. Polly is
Man, your system is the adornment of men, but you want to say
simple.
that's my shit.
You
Be
try
real.
to
Why
agree.
they conquer them people?
Listen,
Because we believe black women was God. And you want me to say Kimmy dead? I still believe the black woman God. So that shit ain't dead to me.
polygamy is dead.
She just gave me a baby. I ain't had no baby without her.
You
So she's
agree.
still practicing it. And
Listen,
we did a midwife. Ain't that something from Kimmy? So how it's dead and we still practicing?
It's
All
dead.
right, let her
Rape is
get a
dead
chance to let
without
her get a
work.
chance to shoot
In
it up.
every
He said
history
he
book,
just had a baby with a
culture is
midwife,
dead.
and he
In every history book, polygamy is dead, and it's also a Greek term that is only made to destroy. All systems that have practiced sexual deviance have been destroyed. Period. There's
That ain't
nothing.
what you just said. You said they was destroyed by
That's what I
sexual
just said.
deviance.
Did you hear me?
No, no, no. You said the system that was made for
It's dead.
sexual deviance have been destroyed. Which
It's
one is
dead.
it?
It's
Which
dead.
one is it?
Listen, Swab, where do you get these people from? Because you can't play
Man, they get them from the same place they got you from your
you
mama
can't
twat. That's
play
the
those
plan.
mind games with me. You see, I got a straight mind. My mind is good. I'm sticking on
I do too. You ain't heard me say nothing homo, my girl, because I'm talking about uplifting of the queens.
you trying to change the subject. That's you. I'm not with that.
You talk about the uplifting of a man, that's homo. I ain't said that one time.
Excuse me. I'm telling you where you got your culture from is from a cracker. Okay.
Nah, that's where you study my culture. You never asked me shit about my culture,
Excuse me.
nor
You
study
just
from my
told me it was
people.
Kemet. You just told me it was Kemet. Did they have a cracker for a king there or not?
Oh yeah, when it became Egypt, that's not Kemet. Quit playing.
You
So
are
you might want
hilarious.
to study a little further on
You
Poly
are
and Kemet.
hilarious.
Cause you
It's
didn't even you
over.
stopped at Egypt, Queen. It's
Polygamy
all
is
good though.
dead.
It's all
Polygamy
good
is
though.
dead.
Say it one more time so it
All
can be
that stuff
alive
you're
because you said
talking
it out
about
your mouth. You a living being saying something dead. So it's alive, the fact that you said
dead.
it. Give me
Those
my
people
points.
are dead. Their culture is dead. Everything
Yep.
you're talking about does not work. It doesn't apply
Mm-hmm.
today. Everybody, of course, is still having babies and they're still getting married. We're supposed
Mm-hmm.
That's what's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
It's
So
supposed to happen within the comfort of the people that are involved. However,
so
polygamy.
you don't understand how marriage constructs was meant to limit the black family. You don't understand that shit by the legality that you
Oh
talking
my
about.
goodness!
Because
No,
we got a marriage contract, but that's between the two of us. So with that being said, which marriage contracts are you talking about?
you
Because
trying
I
to
heard you mention that earlier.
and talk.
he bringing
I'm
it in
addressing
law.
what you saying. Like I can't sit here and let you keep talking and not address it.
We
But you
bringing
don't
it
want to address what you saying.
right
Keep
because
going
I
though.
already crushed him on the Kemet thing. Kemet is dead. I already crushed
Man, it's
him.
alive because you
Bringing
said
the
it, mama. You alive, ain't you?
he
So
trying to
Kemet is alive. Every time you say it's
no, it's
dead, say it
not.
one more time.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it was for the upliftment of the queen. So every time you say the shit dead, and
Polygamy.
I'm talking about you, the greatest,
What
you
about
feel
a
me? You keeping it
self-drawn
alive.
contract
You
between
can
both
still think
parties?
that women are the greatest. You don't have to fuck them all.
Right.
Uh,
I said I wanted to fuck them all.
Okay.
Hmm. I did that in my
Nikki.
player stage,
So
but right now
what
I'm in
does
my
Nikki?
king stage.
Listen. So you said it's polygamy is not deviance. You said something about a sister wife before. Isn't that fucking incest? Who wants to fuck their sister?
Oh, so it really got to be the sister. We see how simple minded you are.
Know how simple minded you are for
And
calling
is the hold on, is the two sisters having sex,
sister
or
wife.
is the
So hold
man
on. So
having
hold
sex with
on.
both
So
sisters?
Israel,
Goldmind, do
your
you
sister
do you
wives. That's
so
homosexual. It's
so
deep
Nikki? Hold on,
incest.
hold on.
Plain
So Nikki,
deep
Shock
your question
value.
is this.
sexual.
Goldmind, your question is this. Nikki, your question is: how do you feel about self-drawn contracts between both parties, keeping the third party, i.e., the government, out of it? Hold your answer. Goldmind, yours is: so do you condone in the men marrying sisters?
And
Nikki,
then
you answer yours.
Hold on. What was that question again? I ain't heard.
Do you condone in men marrying sisters and women marrying brothers? You
Okay.
answer yours second. Nikki, go ahead.
why they what okay, the time period, sister wives.
No,
Sister
no, no, no. Your question is: how do you feel about contracts drawn up by themselves between the two people, keeping the third party out of it?
and still be married? What do you mean?
Yes, drawing up a contractual agreement.
So that
Uh,
means that person would not be included in the relationship once again, and that would make that person a mere concubine. That's not a wife.
uh, uh. Okay, gold man. Do you condone brothers or sisters marrying brothers and sisters?
Hell to the nah nah. And let
Well,
me
why do you
clarify
call
what
them
she just
sister
sit there and
wives?
said.
Well,
Hold
why
on.
them
You
sister
just sit
wives?
there and said okay. In the context of how she just said it, she said I would
Sister
be fucking
wives.
my wife's sister. Not my
Sister.
wife. Hold on, Queen. Not my wife having sex with her own sister. That's incest. So obviously you don't know what incest is. Now, to what she said about the contract shit, okay, so it's not a legal marriage unless a white man said it is. Thank
No.
you.
No.
That's
You
what
can
you operating under. You said they
contract.
concubines unless it's under
Excuse
that
me.
contract. You just
Excuse me.
answered him and said
White
that. But go
people are
ahead.
not the only ones that do business. White people, cut it out. I thought you was so.
Okay. So let's deal with it then. Why did contracts
Women.
show up during slavery? Why was they allowing for the slaves to get married? Do you know that history?
I'm not talking. I'm talking about polygamy.
No, we got to deal
I'm
with the
talking about
history of
polygamy.
marriage in this
No, we
country.
don't.
Since
No,
it ain't the white man, I'm gonna show you how it is.
no, you're not showing me nothing because
You don't want to vote. You
I
want to
already
just deny
won.
it. So let's go
I
back to
won
what you.
already. What are you talking about? I'm here for
Okay, just like you said,
payment
Did
Kimmy was
purposes.
Goldmind
dead.
try
I
to move the
won.
goalposts, and did Nikki refuse to go with him? Is that
Nah,
what
hell
just
no,
happened?
I ain't trying to move no damn goalpost. You keep
He
He said,
stealing
let's
did.
her
talk about her
lifelines.
slave. He said, let's talk
Yes,
about slave marriage. Let's
you.
go to
No,
slave
cause she
marriage.
she said
Hold
it's
on, hold
not.
on, hold on. I got you. I want to go there. Let's go to slave marriage. Give
I'm
me
doing
60
it because
seconds on
I
slave
don't
marriages.
have no slaves either. So I ain't
Okay, slave
know
marriages
nothing
was
about it.
the first time the black people that were enslaved in this
Were
country
they in
were
were
allowed.
they in polygamous relationships? No, they were not. Okay, next topic. I just won. What?
Did she answer the question in the middle of the question?
All right, and then just like you said, Kimmy was dead and you made it alive. Every time you say you won, you lost. So
I
let's keep
won.
going.
I
Anybody got to say they won and they in a competition and you
I
not the judge, you lost, bruh. Thank
I've
you.
been one. You don't agree with everything I said. What are you
All
talking
right, back to
about?
your question, bruh. Can I get my question?
Can you? Is she stopping you?
Man, I don't know. I think that should be disqualification. She won't even let me get my question.
You want me to be
She's scared of
disqualified?
my answer. She's
Why
scared
you
of
Go
my
want me to
answer.
ahead.
be disqualified? For what?
Eat. Eat
You
your
you scared
food,
of my
bro. What's your
answer?
point? Eat your food. What's your
You
point?
ain't even get to finish asking the question.
You don't
No,
have
you
a question.
answering it. You said you was talking to her about her was
Say,
Oh yeah, she discombobulated
say,
me. My bad, guy. You threw me off. But look,
yeah.
yeah.
this what
Talk
this
about
what I was
slavery.
saying.
Talk about slavery. Go
Let's
ahead.
talk
Talk
about
about
slave. Talk about the
slavery.
slave
All right.
marriage.
Now, as
Talk
far as
about
we know about
slavery.
this marriage contract, with this slave marriage, this allowed for slaves who wasn't allowed to have relationships, whether they
Oh,
be girlfriend, boyfriend, unless you was on the breeder farm. And even then, it wasn't about relationships. It was about you being bred to make more of your kind, so they
what
can
does that
be
have to do
enslaved.
with polygamy?
Oh my
What does
God!
that have to do with
Can I get
polygamy?
it? Can I get a below the belt? Cause she is interrupting. We is not talking about polygamy at this moment. You just sit there and said,
Oh,
"How do the white man run
wait a
marriages
minute. We on a
if you
break?
don't contract
Are we on
yourself?"
a break? Because I can go do some things real. Are we on a break? Is this a?
Oh hell no, we gonna come back to the table though. We can do a part two.
Are we on a?
Cause she finna go try to study on me. We can do a part two.
Oh no! You
So
my
this argument ends here.
oh
I
When y'all
won.
walk
She
away
just
from
said
this
she want a
table,
break. She want a
one
break,
person
bruh.
will feel superior and one person will feel like they should have said more. Let's go.
but stop.
Nah,
We beat him. So what?
she said it again. She lost again, bruh.
Did she beat you, go man?
Man,
Yeah,
hell to the no, no,
yeah.
no.
He said hell to the no, no, no. You lucky you put that many no's on it. Because if
Man,
you'd have
to
just
the
said hell
no,
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 If
no,
he
nigga.
agree with
he's still
everything
showing signs of life. He's
I did
showing
not
signs
win.
of life.
If he agree with what I said, then
The
how?
fact that she cut me off twice on trying to explain the
Hey,
slave
it's an
contract, she
argument.
already know the
It's an
answer. We know
argument.
when people do
It's
that,
an
they
argument.
know
Oh,
where
she
you going.
rebutted you with your rebuttal. It's the
Argument.
argument league.
Nah, bro, you can't
Oh,
rebuttal me with my shit. Nah, that means she stole some shit like some Hebrew, so I need some points for that. We cutting that shit out.
Look
We
at him.
he's
cutting that
pointing
shit
it
out.
out.
Yeah. This ain't the big line. Then listen, you want some free stuff? Go get it. But this ain't where we ain't got.
Nah, we ain't buying that bullshit.
We
We
ain't
better
got.
be free. It
Listen,
better be free. We ain't buying that bullshit.
talk
Okay. So
is a
what is the purpose of a polygamous relationship goal, man?
no purpose. There
It
is.
is for the expansion.
So the answer. She she's
It is
everywhere.
for the expansion of family and the consolidating of resources, as well as it allows for blacks or Africans among the diaspora to reconnect with their African heritage by
Oh,
He
practicing
didn't
a
read that, but it
holistic.
sounded like he did.
But
That's a
right,
pretty
I'm off the
stern
top of the dome because I
answer
live this
right
shit
there. How
by
that? What
practicing a
you gonna do with
holistic
that?
approach. You feel me? Life in
How
the
can you
world
fight back
around
against
them.
that? He said this is for the acquisition of resources. The establishment of land, the expansion of our bloodline, our people, the ability to define and represent ourselves for ourselves wherever the fuck we go.
Ain't that what they said they wanted?
How
Liberation?
you shoot that up?
It's in my relationship, my liberation.
That has not happened.
That has
It ain't happened for you, baby girl. You can't speak for me.
Oh, it
You
won't happen
can't,
either.
man. I'm liberated in my castle.
I will
Very much so.
me ever. I will never let a dude try to use me and pile me on top of another
Once
woman.
again, I ain't trying to convince you to do that.
I'm not doing it. A lot of women.
No threesomes.
A lot of
So
women.
cut that out.
Oh, hold on, everybody. Brandon Bay has joined the panel. Welcome and what's up, bro? You in the house?
Brandon Bay. Where's Brandon Bay? Okay.
Brandon Bay.
He was
Hello.
on here. Oh.
Hello. I just want to chime in and say this episode is awesome. Awesome, man.
Nikki is the shit. You better know it.
Judging with
I had to come in, fam. I'm watching the fuck out of this shit.
I'm having a hard time. I'm getting all scratched up trying to keep these two apart. You supposed to be here helping me. And
Oh no, I'm going back to work, nigga. Nope, I'm out of here.
that's what's up, man. Well, you always know we appreciate your presence here at the Argument League, man.
Subscribe. Y'all gotta subscribe, man. This is the illest TV y'all will ever watch.
Subscribe right now. Here's the fourth judge. Who wins the argument? Nikki or Goldmind? You have to make a decision. I don't care what you know, how much you heard, whatever. Go.
Do I get the vote?
Of course, y'all get the vote, but I just want his vote right now because he here and he got to go.
Okay. I'm gonna say that first, Nikki, you presented a very valid argument, and so did you, my brother Goldmind. I would like to say that I'm gonna base this only on question answering. I would say that my brother Goldmind answered a majority of his questions that he was asked. Whether or not they were agreed with or not, he at least put forth the effort. Our sister over here, she attempted to answer some of the questions. There was a few that I don't think that she addressed, but it's okay. We still love you. So because, you know, I love my queens, I'm going to go with Nikki.
Me too. I'm going with Nikki too. Shit, I stole my shock value, nigga. I'm going with Nikki too.
Hold on. Nikki has vote. Nikki has Goldmind vote. Nikki, who you voting for?
Nikki.
Go, Nikki.
And I'm putting it right here, and I'm saying I'm voting for Nikki my damn self. Oh, go, man.
What just happened, bro?
Thank you. I like to think
more arguments to defend, brother. I hope that people
He wasn't sleeping on that Friday, so I didn't think he was asleep. No, he was not. He was looking at me when I laid him down.
Hold on, they might be arguing right now. Do we have an online argument?
It is.
You better know that.
Oh shit, that's 60,000 points, Nick.
You better know that.
You gotta get that. Okay, so right here, I got it scored with Goldmind losing at 760,005 points, and Nikki winning at 1.12786.
I need you to go downstairs because that was the main thing I was trying to do. Send your little butt downstairs. Go downstairs, Momo.
Yeah, you fight, man. He it just wasn't enough, man. It wasn't enough.
That wasn't enough, man. The queens, I told. That's why I conceded to Polly.
Lower mic. Your mic was louder than hers, and she still.
That's why I'm Polly now. I can't beat him. I had to join him. Swab.
But like I was telling him right now too.
Man, well, we truly thank the audience. We stand on, but we're gonna wrap the argument up because it's over. It was over in the first round. Nikki been calling it since the first round.
The first round, bro.
To this man talk.
God came in and shut it down.
Oh man, a black woman is God. So that's what we doing right now. I'm gonna send it.
Thank you, Nikki, for leaving me with my life, though. Leaving me with my life. My kids need me now. Come on. My wives need me now. Come on.
All right, OJ, where you at? OJ wants to leave for some reason. He want to come in and tell you got a narrow point of view. Hold on.
No, thank you.
You lost for that. You lost. The fans always right. The family is
Yes.
always right. I tried to use her text and it said she
Peace and
lost.
love, y'all. I gotta get on the plane ship.
All
I'll
right,
holler.
all
All right,
right.
thanks, bro.
Appreciate you
Thanks, bro,
coming
for
through.
popping
I'm
through
still
for real.
tuned in to this crazy shit. Oh yeah, it's going down.
For
It's gonna
sure.
be a part two. I gotta get a rematch, man.
Thank you, Brandon Bay. I guess we
It's all love over here, sisters. All love.
I gotta get a rematch. I like talking to Nikki. She throw out all the shit I done heard from one or two individuals, but she throw it in one. You're like, damn, hold on. Damn, I remember somebody telling me this. But nigga, she got the compilation of this why you don't need to be poly, nigga.
Oh man.
know why you don't need to be poly, but I just have a few things I've seen, heard, and just yeah. And I also have two videos. Two,
Don't get me wrong, Queen. I don't feel like
one's
it's for
from a man,
everybody. I
one
don't
is
feel
from a
like
woman. So I have two different views. I have a view from a man and I have a view from a woman. And the man was trying to do some perverted crap, and that's what we've been hearing the whole time. And the woman is like, look, ladies, don't fall for it.
mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
And that's my thing too, though. I'm not trying to convince nobody nor push it on anybody. I really don't feel like everybody is mature to not practice the sexual deviance that you kept bringing up. But I don't feel like if we talking about by any means necessary, we should leave anything off the table if you are mature enough to do this. Because within the proper structure, it can be for the benefit and the upliftment of the family. I'm talking about the woman and the child mostly,
Um,
speaking from a man's perspective, like a real man, like you're not looking to uplift yourself at the benefit of your family suffering. You know what I'm saying? I only get uplifted when my bruh see my queen and my babies happy. When they be like, man, look at that baby, damn, your queen, damn, she talk great about you. Okay, y'all on good terms. Like niggas respect. That's where I get my respect from. When niggas see my queen respect me. So I mean, I definitely understand what you were saying, and I felt like that shit needed to be weeded out too because it taints my image when I'm going forth in life and I do have to express to people what my lifestyle is because I don't want no conflict or no surprise. You feel me? Later on, motherfucker, like, what? You do what? Like, nah, on the face of shit, I let my shit be known. But it's because in a time when I was practicing sexual perversion, trying to be a player or trying to lie to people and be slick, not responsible, that shit backfired in my face all the time. So I rather practice a holistic lifestyle of being honest all the time and all aspects of me. But I appreciate
it's
you
you.
having this conversation with me though, love.
I'm sure polygamous relationships can work. I'm sure of it, but I'm not convinced this is the time or this is the place. I'm not.
You gotta be the right people. I say. I wouldn't say time and place. Time and place is really the reason for poly. Poly, when we at war, it can help us increase our numbers in vast. When we constantly losing numbers. When we trying to thrive or when we in a thriving system, we need more numbers to do agriculture, to run businesses. So as much as we want to say we want to thrive and be better than what we are today, this here can help us do that as well as when we suffering, it can bounce us back should it be right. You know what I mean? The right situation, not a man trying to come in and manipulate women, and not a woman trying to come in and manipulate other men or the women. You feel me? So what's up, OJ?
Hey,
Welcome
peace,
on
peace.
to
What's
the
really
page.
good?
What's going on, bro? Thanks for joining us, man.
Oh yeah, I'm just chilling, man. I was just listening. Y'all already sound like y'all resolved it though. Well, I was just listening and I was just thinking like there's for some reason like people always want to say what's gonna work for someone else. Like I don't think I think like it if like let's say that there's a polygamous relationship with two people, two women and one man, and they all work. Like and it works out for them. Like I don't see how that's negative or bad or how that's not working. Like it doesn't have to, like whatever criteria they agree to, that's what's going to be the criteria that governs their
Right.
relationship. Like
What
me and
works
my
for them?
girlfriend, yeah, exactly. Like me and my girlfriend, we got a certain setup. Somebody else might have a certain setup. Somebody else might have a certain setup. But
Is
everybody's
that
setup
personal
is
business or is that everybody's business that you in a polygamous relationship? because you
Everybody in a
understand
relationship.
that he can influence like more thirstier dudes. Like, yeah, if they put this in
Mm-hmm.
action, I totally get to capitalize on this, right?
But think about this too, though, Swab. I would rather brothers be pursuing trying to be mature in their actions with women than not, because they doing it anyway. At least in this aspect, the way I practice poly, you can't be sitting over here having a wife to the side and your first wife don't know, or your second
Yeah,
wife don't know about the first
Yeah,
wife
there's no secrecy or line in polygamy.
I
within
was
this
That
gonna
doesn't
bring that
exist.
up.
relationship. Yeah.
I was actually gonna bring that up. That chicks are perfectly fine with side culture, with side chick culture right now, though. It's just a lot. But if you say polygamy, then, and I'm not saying Nikki Justice saying that because obviously I'm sure she's not saying that. But
See,
this is a this is something that comes up. Like people will be like, well, it's okay to be a side chick, but then if somebody said, hey, I want multiple wives, they'll be like, well, no, no, no. And I mean, literally, there's memes that say, yeah, side chicks is winning out here. And oh
mm-hmm,
yeah, be a side chick and this and that.
mm-hmm,
So the culture
But
is already
a side chick, the main chick doesn't know about it, right?
right.
So it's
no,
the
yeah,
power
exactly.
of having the man by the balls.
And
You
as
know, like
well, though, it's situations where they do know
Oh,
about these
deviant.
females too, though.
That's
Like,
deviance.
because if we,
what you say, Nikki?
That's deviance. That's you being sneaky and
Yeah,
but we talking
yeah.
about side chicks. We not talking about poly though.
that's your
No, she's
character.
talking about the
You see what I'm saying? That's your character. That has absolutely nothing to do with the people that you are involved with.
Right.
That has to do with your personal character. If you want to do that quote unquote
You
side,
gonna do that in any relationship.
right? Exactly. That doesn't. That's yeah. That's gonna be your. That's your character. That's what's built inside of you to be great.
But wouldn't you rather brothers try to be mature, which probably makes a brother have to mature to be like, I gotta take care of my family. Like you said, you're gonna take on another wife, you gotta be able to take care of the first one. You feel me? So
I'm
it
for the.
makes a brother have to mature.
I'm for the truth. I don't know about maturity. You don't need to be mature to tell the truth or to be honest with someone else.
Okay, so you don't think there's levels of maturity at all?
I'm sure there is, but as far as you telling the truth, you just tell it. I mean, children tell the truth all the time. That
Oh
doesn't.
yeah, I'm definitely for honesty, but I was just saying you have to mature like as a boy to a man, you have to mature to understand your responsibilities as well with a woman. From a girl to a woman, she has to mature to understand what her new responsibilities is. So whether she telling the truth or not, it don't change the fact, the inner work of what she got to do outside of her pointing the fingers of what everybody else ain't doing and what she not gonna deal with. Cause it's more introspective when you dealing with this poly. Cause you might sit here and say, I can't take this from such and such. But shit, are you doing that same thing? Is somebody else feeling like they can't take what you doing? So it becomes a collective understanding versus you just being by yourself. And it's like, I ain't gonna deal with this. I'm not gonna take this. But truth be told, that's not anything that's gonna unite us. We always talking about unity in the black community. Or our monogamous relationships, are they helping bringing us together?
look. This can I ask you this? You can tell me my own fucking business because it might be too personal. But what's the plan
You know how I am.
for generation polygamist
What's the who?
plan?
Say that
Or
again.
what do you expect out of the second generation
Oh, out of
polygamy?
the second generation. Okay. Cause like that goes back into what I was trying to talk to the sister about when I was saying the points for polygamy and the times. Like she was saying, this ain't the time and place for that. The times that we in, it's better for us to be practicing this now. When you sit there and say, hold on, ask that question again, because I got thrown off trying to address that again. My
Second
bad.
generation, like the
Oh,
kid.
okay,
What's
yeah.
the
That's for the second generation. Okay, if we outnumbered now, right? And we feel like shit because of the fratricide wars, as well as the brothers being locked up, the pressure being put on just being a black man, a lot of brothers don't want to be that. So they going to the other side on top of that. So when you look at that, it throws off the numbers. So by the second generation, I say with me practicing it, I know I helped that number a tremendous amount, especially with me having five. Man, I have 6 kids at this point. You feel me? So for me to be adding to my numbers when I know there's always a systematic venture or a systematic way that they are tearing my people down, it's imperative that I increase my numbers versus sit back and be like, well, shit, I know what's going on, but I don't know no way to do it, but I figured out how to do it, which is increase my numbers in this generation, which will allow for me to increase my numbers in the next generation. And the only way I can supplement the fact that the numbers are higher on the women's side is for me as a man to increase my responsibilities. So over time, the whole point of poly is to balance it out. If everybody wants to have their own, we could balance it out at some point. But we can't say we're about the people when we're not thinking about the people as a whole. And one thing that make us feel whole is our relationships, having that counterpart. And my perspective is every queen should belong to a house. And what I mean by belong to a house, that should be a family that's worried about your well-being. That should be a family that cares. Well-being is it covers a lot of shit. Fuck it. There should be a family that cares about a woman's well-being, no matter who she is. But when she don't have that, she up for grabs, and the savage is going to take. So that sexual perversion keeps coming in as a result of us leaving in the open. I mean, leaving them in the open by saying, "Shit, that ain't my problem. I got my relationship together."
What's the requirements of each person? What do you think the requirements should be for each person?
Um, the requirements
Like I'm
simply,
saying, like a decent man, okay, like or a decent woman. Like, do they
mhm.
just work with anybody that's willing to be like, yeah, all right.
Right, right. That's what me and Nikki were talking about earlier. Like sometimes when I was first dealing with it, I figured, shit, just a willing mind would be all you need from a partner. But you gotta take into account there are certain energies that mesh with each other different. So yeah, that energy of that queen might mesh with me good, but when she interact with my first wife, it ain't going good. So I have to make a conscious decision at that point. Hold on, you know your first wife, this is what's up. Now I gotta weigh out, is this sister worth the time and effort that it's gonna take for them two to mesh? Is my wife pointing out something that I'm not seeing because as a man, I'm in dating mode. You feel me? So it's one of those things. The requirements is really to me, like she said, everybody be honest enough to agree that they gonna mature in their emotions, because we know this is not just a super comfortable situation. It's not even comfortable for the man. If a man be real with you, even having multiple women can be uncomfortable on the face of that shit, because you got to think about performance. You got to think about, can you handle this? Are you prepared tonight? Because sometimes your body do shit that you didn't plan for. So with that being said, and when I say plan for, I'm not just talking about sexually. I'm talking about you trying to care for a whole family, and your family has increased in size, and you might have some health issues. It doesn't change the fact that your family should step up when one person can't do. It's not all, oh, okay, well, shit, he can't do, so now all the wives gonna leave. No, the requirement is that you understand, truthfully, that you gotta agree to mature in your emotions. Because over time, there's gonna be plenty of things that come up in life. That's life. But we
So
gotta
you
agree to
would do
get through this
you
together.
so you would you support your kids in a polygamous or monogamous? Do you have a
Oh hell
preference
yeah, that
for
was
them?
part of me having to accept if my wife wanted to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because tell you like this, like I was hoping and praying she wouldn't say that. And just like Nikki said, most women don't want that. But I have to
Mhm.
be mature with them myself and be honest enough to be like, bruh, if you want somebody to accept something from you, you gotta be able to accept that shit from them, shit they want to.
Cause I don't think I could have my daughter with multiple men. Like if she said she wanted to be a
No,
polygamist
no, 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 nah,
and
nah.
she was like, I
I don't
want,
see
I
from
like,
the
I'm
next
on my
generation.
skrill, dad. Like I went to school, I did what I had to do, and I got 4 husbands.
No.
Mm, man, now don't
Multiple
get me
men really
wrong, bro.
can't work though.
Psycho
Right.
That's
has
what it's.
a question. Psycho
It's
has a question.
fratricidal though at that
I thought
point, but
you just addressed that. That's what I meant when I asked about the second generation. I was asking about the children.
Yeah.
Was it
I
something more
mean, I
specific?
wouldn't suggest my second generation practice something I'm not. I'm
No, no, no. I'm talking to
polygamous, not
psychopathia in the chat.
polyandry.
Is
Oh,
it
Psycho
some more
has
specific? Another area of the children that you was concerned about?
oh,
Uh,
okay, okay.
cause that's
Cause
what I meant.
Psycho be having them good questions. Yeah, see what he talking
Man,
about.
shout out to Psycho, man. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Psychopathies. Psychopathies is live for Saturday ish, waking day for Saturday night. It's game night. That's what's up, man.
Okay, go play with your sister. I'm washing the tub so y'all can get ready to take a bath.
so
So
Psycho
what was you saying about? Huh?
asked about the children. How do you make that work in a polygamous relationship?
Say that again.
What about the children? How do you make that work in a polygamous relationship?
Um, Again, for me, the main point of doing this is for the children. One of the points of emphasis that me and my wife ran across with having a big family is we don't trust many people with our children.
Yeah.
So for
So
me, it's like, hmm,
you need a babysitter.
it's not necessarily a babysitter when you part of the family. Like if I'm watching my child as a father, I can't say shit. Even if it's my bad mom, I can't say, well, shit, I'm babysitting your child. You need to come get him. No, that's your child. So if we got a queen or an extension to the family, of course that lends more time for you, as well as vice versa. When I need more time with my second wife, that's not no issue. But one thing I've learned about women, women ain't just that needy. They need time when they want it, but for the most part, women like to be off to themselves, taking care of the babies, taking care of the normal everyday shit to keep the family going. When you start getting in their way, keep on trying to smooch on them, they're like, bro, I got 15 minutes for the kids about to get up. I ain't got time for this. You know what I'm saying? So for me, one thing I learned from downsizing myself or what I thought a man was. I thought a man was something that was real puffed up and had to be seen, the head of the house. I realized relationships are very interchangeable and it's based on talents. Like my wife, she's good at balancing books. So if I'm not good with numbers, it would be a fool I would be only a fool as a man to be like, man, I'm the head of the house. I'm the one bringing in the money. I need to balance the books. So I had to check myself and be like, dang, hold on, bro. It's about who the best person for it. The best person that's gonna do the job, that's who need to step up. And then it's gonna be times that I'm gonna have to do your job because you need a break. But it shouldn't be no issue because you've been doing this shit for us how long? So I'm just
What about separation or divorce?
separation of divorce, and that's all in the contract to me. My contracts consist of we before I even get into something with a queen, and even with me and my wife, we contracted with our businesses. We had started a natural business as well as me and her both. She's a cosmetologist and I'm a barber. So up under these two businesses, when we started out, I let her know like, should anything happen between us, this is how it is from the jump. This is how it's gonna remain. See, the thing about having your own contract in marriage, you set the terms. And each year, like people do the renewal of their vow, we recontract based on the things that we have seen from trial and error that we need to adjust or ain't even applicable. We might not even have that business no more. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, I feel like the separation is already, or it should there be a separation because the way the contract is set up, like she don't gotta stay in the house with me. I prefer to, you know what I'm saying, be able to do what I do. And what I mean by do what I do is I don't feel like having to get up every day and you don't want to be stuck in the house. Like some people are better functioning like, hey, I'm gonna come around you when I'm ready to. Not it's a requirement that I gotta be in this house with you. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go see your gal, just because y'all decided shit, we finna meet up today. But the fact that y'all be stuck in the house up under each other because you feel like it's a requirement of the relationship, it usually adds to the conflict. It ain't really what y'all be arguing about. It's really the fact that y'all want to tell each other, I need some space, motherfucker. And it ain't that I want to break up with you, but I just need to breathe, goddamn it.
So if we had the self obedience, because that's very important. If we had the self obedience and the resources, and
Mm-hmm.
you know the allow elbow room, what would be your ideal polygamous, society, or would it even be a society based thing?
I mean, I feel like that self obedience is a innate thing, but we've been programmed outside of our innate way of dealing with people, our character, and how we normally act, to where we take on different characters. So as far as that, I couldn't really tell you how that would work outside of people understanding that concept. Like, first you gotta recognize, nigga, you don't been took outside of your natural mind. Um, it's not that you can't get back there. You just gotta throw out all the shit that you've been told about yourself until you figure out who the fuck you really is and why are you doing the things that you're doing. Anything that you do, before you do it, think about it. Does this benefit my people as a whole, or does this benefit somebody else way more than it even benefit me?
If shout out
Hey,
to Leotis and do the knowledge in the chat.
Do the
Uh,
knowledge.
OJ, you want
hey,
to say something?
Oh yeah, because Leotis Brown actually asked a good question. He said,
What's that?
We in
we're
war
in a
right now against the
yeah."
world. How does polygamy help fight white supremacy?
And I was actually going to say this. I was actually going to bring like a point like that up. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
right now in the situation that we are in, we technically are in an all hands on deck
Mm-hmm.
scenario. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, polygamy sounds like that actually helps us. One, it I mean, and I'm not saying I would even be in a polygamous relationship. Honestly, my girlfriend wouldn't let me, so I'm not even in a
Right.
position to
It ain't
even.
for everybody, but you see
I
the
could do it,
benefits.
and I wouldn't want to necessarily. I honestly probably wouldn't even want to necessarily deal with two women, especially who's been raised in America. So that's
And I done
already
heard
off
that from
rip.
my brothers too. And I
But
know I'm taking on a headache. Go ahead though.
but what I got to say is that it does sound like it's an all hands on deck situation. It allows you to keep all your resources inside your home, or at least most of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, more than likely, you don't always have to pay for daycare.
Mm-hmm.
There's always someone who can cook, which you don't
Mm-hmm.
have to eat out as much.
You
So
don't have
that
to
actually,
lie. How about that? I think that's something important that you don't have to lie and cheat on nobody.
yeah, you
You
actually
understand what
can
I'm
be,
saying?
yeah, you actually can be forthcoming. But I mean, I'm just talking about tangible things, like as
Yeah,
far as
yeah, yeah.
it actually helping you. And this also alleviates stress, which actually can allow you to fight more. So, hey, maybe
Mm-hmm.
you can go out and, you know, maybe you can go out and I'm not saying protesting works, but what I'm saying is maybe you have more energy to maybe devise a plan to do
Mm-hmm.
something or to enact the plan that you are devising, whether it be protesting, whether it be learning politics to vote, whether it be
Right.
accumulating money for businesses, whether it be even learning to do things where you can quote unquote separate, as people like to say. Like, so
Mm-hmm.
it actually does give you a lot more time, and it gives everyone else time away.
Most
Um,
of all, make you self-sufficient within your family.
so yeah, I mean it can work. I mean, women don't want that because they're like, honestly, if a woman is born in America, she's gonna have a slight feminist programming, even if they're not feminist and they reject a lot of the ideals, they're still gonna have that. I don't want to be objectified, but it's
Yeah,
not really
because some
being
of the stuff the
objectified.
feminists say makes sense, but it's the shock value that they add onto it that makes our sisters look right past what they doing. Like the whole feminist none of the benefits of what they were supposedly fighting for. So of course our sisters agree with the truths that they point out, like motherfuckers shouldn't be objectified. But they don't realize you gotta stay on code. Just like them motherfuckers said it was wrong for Donald Trump to grab that pussy, but all them white women voted for him because they
Yeah,
understand the collective. And
and
like
I
you
was saying
said,
that
in these
they
times, we
view.
got to
Oh,
become
go
a
ahead.
collective.
Yeah, and I was just saying they feel that being in a relationship with one man is objectifying. But like I said earlier, if it's only when it's in order is it being objectified. But when it's a side chick or when it's some kind of weird stuff, is it they don't necessarily have that same aversion to it. And I think we need to look at that because order is what like people. It seems like people just don't want to have like a set of rules, and it always goes back to the black male being a deviant
And that
because
sounds
we
like
can't
the
trust.
sexual perversion that our women would rather be side chicks. Like
That's partly
even the
true.
women in a relationship be knowing when they men cheating. That's why they want you to be honest. Like I'll be honest with you. That's why my wife was like, man, just be honest with me, bro. Like if you into that type of shit, I see how you look at women. Like what's the fuck? What's going on?
Yeah, I
So
feel
we
you.
all be honest, and I appreciate you being honest too, because I done had a lot of my brothers tell me like, bro, that's a headache you taking on, especially with the way motherfuckers is. I'm just like, bro, I know, bro, but I gotta do my part. They say it start at home, so as much as people are being incooperative, you know what I'm saying, to the point, I can't sit here and say that I got 4 wives. You feel me? I can't sit here and say that, even though I know it's multiple women out here still need a family structure to be a part of in these dangerous times for the black family. So as much as people say they love their kids, all this stuff that might just name, that's the reason for this shit. Like, and we can't deny that we in a situation where shit, it's beneficial for us to do whatever's necessary. As much as we don't want to do this shit and how much it's uncomfortable. Like I said, bro, it's funny when I hear people talk about how this man is so called being uplifted in a relationship. If niggas really be real, that's in real poly relationships, they'll tell you, bro, this shit is a handful, and it's commendable for a man to say, you know what, I see a problem, and this the solution that I know I can do. I'm gonna sacrifice myself. Like you think I was as a child saying, you know what, I'm gonna sacrifice myself for the women in my community. I didn't have no idea what the women was going through. You feel me? Until I started paying more attention to my mother. I started paying more attention to my grandmother. And then I grew up with females who never went to prom, who I know would never get married. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I know how women feel about these things. You feel me? So when I turn around and see how messed up their psyches are later on, when it's like, hey, bro, you know, we got room, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can come through. You got the kids, dude, ain't fucking with you, bro. Fuck that, bro. I know if I don't take care of these kids, they eventually gonna be kicking down my door or somebody else in this black community and continue the cycle.
That's
So
true.
with that being said, it don't always be about some kind of personal connection that I have with a lot of these women, other than the affinity that I have for seeing black people thrive. And I know without the basics, our people, we can't even get past the fact that we don't got a lot of our basics. So without these basics, like you said, can't nobody be energized or feel prideful enough about themselves to go out here and do whatever they feel like is the changes that need to take place without having that energy boost coming from your structured house and how things are set up to be conducive to you being a better person when you leave out. If you can't be a better person in your house, man, we ain't surprised your asshole when you come out.
I feel you. That was some good. That was some good knowledge, man.
We
He could
can't
have
be
won the
on.
debate with that one.
Man, you crazy.
He could have won the
We,
argument with
man, you know the queens always win in this argument. Cause that's what we argue
that.
for. You feel me? Even though they don't know, they bought the other doctrine, you know what I'm saying? But that's why we as brothers gotta come together and build different economic systems to where shit our queens can look at us once again and say, yeah, you deserve to be looked at as a king. You deserve for other people to see what we got going on. And because we know how other men see men with multiple women, we want them to see the great light on our family. When you used to come to African cultures and you seen them kings draped up, it's because everybody in the tribe put their shit on the king like, you represent us. So for a woman not to want to see her her king thrive, and even her sisters thrive, that's something wrong with your ego. And vice versa for a king. If you don't want to see your queen draped up when she go out representing the family right, something wrong with you. But I'm telling you, in today's time, the way they setting up this money system from generation to generation, what worked for the last generation ain't gonna work for the next, as long as we keep trying to integrate. But this is not an integrated system. This is some shit came straight from us by us.
And that's true. Even and honestly, even on the integration level, I mean, right now, literally, black people only have like maybe 2% of the wealth, and most of that is with old
Mm-hmm.
people. So
Right.
the money is
Old
dying
money.
off, and they're not really gonna be able to pass it down because a lot of old people they get their houses refinanced.
Mm-hmm.
Go buy a motorcycle. Hey, I'm going to wherever. I'm
And
going to Jamaica 5 times a
feel like
year.
the
Like
younger generation don't deserve a head start.
exactly,
You
that's
feel
true.
me? So
That
they
that's
blow
something
that
that is
shit
a
before they
problem with
die
black people.
if they
So that is
can.
something if you have three people in a household, that's obviously going to be more. That's more than obviously that's more than two people. And if depending on the income situation, uh, somebody could pick somebody up.
Y'all could
And
work part-time jobs and still not have to take so much time away from your family as we do
exactly,
today. Like, cause
exactly,
we all complain about having to punch that clock. So if that's your issue, shit, this is another way. But you're gonna have to sacrifice some of your childish emotions that you never was made to grow out of. Like, you remember when we was first taught to share? I'm pretty sure a lot of people that say they ain't willing to share on this level. You was taught to share on one level or another as a child. So I keep talking about maturity because sharing is something that's gonna always keep coming up. We
I
share
know.
problems. You feel me? we
I know,
share.
especially I know y'all play video games. You know that
Come
first player
on, man.
controller is the damn that's the end all be all. Like
Come on, bro.
nobody want even if you playing, you don't even want to be second player. Like you want to have the first player controller.
And
So
that's
I
another
understand
thing we
exactly
gotta
where it
make
is.
sure. Yeah, we definitely understand the queens having that complex, but whenever a queen come to me with that, I'm telling you off top, there's no competition. There's no competition. The only way you worry about first, second, like you said, we playing a game. It's a competition at that point. But I gotta tell the queens, there's no competition. She can't measure up to you, and you can't measure up to her, because each one is an individual piece. You feel me? Yeah, we might have to interchange and do each other's part from time to time, but it's some shit about you that she can't have. It's some shit about me that none of y'all got. It's some shit about, you know what I'm saying, the next wife that you ain't got. You feel me? To the point we all are important. You feel me? This goes back to appreciating the diversity that is us on top of that. Because if you go through this poly shit trying to compare, bruh, you gonna wind up with no woman. Fuck you talking about. No woman. Your first woman gonna leave you because you trying to compare her to this woman, and that's disrespectful. The second woman, she's never gonna feel comfortable or a part of the circle because shit, the moment she don't compare to her, she feel like you're gonna leave her. So it becomes a sapiosexual relationship before you even have a physical intercourse that must take place because you got to bond with this woman mentally. Otherwise, she gonna run away anytime something is different. And we know this is an uncomfortable situation, so you have to prepare her for what she's getting into.
And
And
honestly,
that, mhm.
I was gonna say like and it goes back. It comes back from the society. Like the uncomfortableness just comes from society's
Your
view of it.
friends gonna talk about you.
Exactly, because even if you notice a lot of housewives, if you ever see them talk, they'll say well, black housewives, they'll say like, well, the only opposition I get is from other black women. Like it's not really from and it's
As
because
well as we hear other black women sit around and talk about the sexual deviances in their relationships, and they ain't talking about they finna leave. They just like, damn, he's still fucking with that chick he been messing with for 3 years now. You know what
And
I'm
that's what I
saying?
was asking.
yeah.
Is polygamy, should it be a societal thing? Like, dude, do y'all need your own society? Is it
I was
integrated
telling
into
her it's
one
a
other one?
social. Your society basically break down to your social circle. So if you hanging around motherfuckers who don't appreciate your lifestyle, that make your friends anyway.
And that's why Mormons, you do kind of need your own your own society. That's why they have
Like if
those
you trying to do it
enclaves.
as a whole, like if I was trying to force that shit on everybody in the black community, say, man, this the end all be all. If you niggas ain't being poly, fuck y'all. Now that would be different. We would need a whole community to be able to practice this shit without outside forces trying to stop us. But the mere fact that I'm saying like shit, hey bro, just like we be finding information that can help us and we apply that shit. This is some information I found and I'm applying that shit. And as a man, I know I don't feel the stress that I used to feel of like, damn, I wonder if this motherfucker know I feel like this, or how would she feel if she knew I felt like this? I can be honest, and then come to find out, damn, she appreciate that same thing about queens too. Not that she want to have sex with other women, cause that's what was throwing me off. Like, I ain't man. I wish I could. Yeah, there was a point in time. I
Yeah,
wish I could have a woman that
that's
wanted
Man,
the
hold
another
on,
woman.
man.
that's
So
the
let me
thing.
cross the line. Let me cross
Cross
the
the
motherfucking
line,
line, fam.
Tazoria.
So we don't be having no orgies, fam.
Man, bro, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000 with y'all, bro. I done been having threesomes before poly, and I've had less threesomes after poly. So I just be real with you niggas. Like this shit ain't just
and
He said,
about
that's
let me
sex,
put this
bro.
shit in perspective, fam.
and
Like
that what's
just
funny?
like
That's
being married, you
I
have
was gonna
less
say
sex
that.
when you get married, bro. Like they
It's the
trip.
same. I was gonna say that.
That's an
And
excuse.
yeah, and you know what? It's not about sexual deviance, like, and that goes back to the pathology, the
It keep a
pathology that they
woman
put
from
on
being in
us.
sexual deviance. Cause if she ain't in a relationship and she having sex, she a hoe. I ain't want to feed into that shit when she said that. But I was like, nah, you can't do that. Call sisters hoe. You been indoctrinated to think that. And it's only because we've been indoctrinated to have monogamous relationships as well that leads to a sister being single. And now when she acts on her natural instincts to have sex and reproduce, she's a hoe. Like, man, fuck out of here.
Yeah, I
But
had a
yeah,
strong opinion about that too. That you can't judge females like that. Like dudes be always trying to make it an excuse for themselves,
y'all losing
and
me
then
now.
be
Yeah,
critical. Yeah, I believe that's why I said it's a strong statement because dudes gonna beat you up, but it is what it is, bro. Like,
Tell them come holler at me. You know I'm
cause that
about
leave
that.
me like
no,
if ain't no punishment to it, you will do it. That's crazy.
Come on now.
yeah, I
That's
was gonna say the
crazy.
thing is that if it wasn't how society is right now, then nobody really would be having a bunch of other marital sex.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would just be people having sex with the first
And
person
it
they have sex with, and then they would stay with them.
And if you
And
pay attention to it, black people try to follow the laws, but the sexual deviants come in when they create these laws that they know are outside of nature, and then people still find a way to take care of a basic instinct, and just based on society's relative view of what's right and wrong, shit, it puts you in that position or that predicament to the point that we can say that was a sexual deviance, bro. Like,
now
cause
I
to
don't
me,
think
sexual deviance it stops at molestation, rape. It stopped right there, bro. Like you can't sit here and say because another two consenting adults had sex, that's sexual deviance.
now there is a certain level of discipline that is to be said to not
Well,
to be with
opposite
one
sex
partner.
adults. Let's clear that
So
up. Male and female had sex consensually. I ain't talking about you. I just thought about my statement. If
No,
male
no,
and a
yeah, I was gonna say,
female,
yeah, you had to clear that up because somebody would say, "Are you come in with the homo?"
I
But
don't think like that, so I don't think to clear that shit up until I say it. I'm like, oh damn, it's 2018. Let me clarify, put some parental advisory on this shit. But I am not advising nobody's child who obviously came from a heterosexual relationship to turn out to be the opposite of what their parents did to
but
get
yeah,
to
no,
her.
yeah, I was saying that there is a certain level of discipline that it shows to be having sex with one woman, or even
Mm-hmm.
even if you have two or three, even if you have
Yeah.
multiple wives, it's still a certain level of discipline that has to be had
Oh yeah.
to have
And
sex
don't
with
get it
only them.
wrong. Your woman
So
should not let you goddamn it pursue a poly relationship to me. This is just me. I'm saying it's no end all be all to this shit because what work for y'all work for y'all. But I would suggest a woman make you show your commitment to her before she even allow this, like the opening of this door. Because if you can't commit to one relationship, you're not gonna be committed to two. Do
yeah, that
not.
makes sense.
You're gonna just keep adding motherfucking problems. Because once you get to, I'm just saying, once you keep adding, it's only so many that, like I said, I'm a Gemini. I got the ability to have two personalities, and I'm leaning towards the end of the Gemini signature, so it allows for me being that Cancer signature where family is the most important thing to me. I can't function if my family ain't right. So me going down the street and I see all black people as my family, guess who the most vulnerable people to me when I see them in pain? Kids and women. So when I see that, damn, it's something I can do about this, who the fuck am I to be like, you know what? Yeah, I could do that, and that's the only thing. Like, cause can't nobody tell me nothing else other than this that I can reach out and do. I can handle this family structure shit because I can give you just like the food stamp office. I can give you food. I can give you food and just do that. But we gotta be real. That mother is gonna long for human contact on the maturity level that she is as an adult.
That's
So
true.
if we leave that off the table, guess what she gonna do? She gonna go out here and find somebody else man because she has no choice. And then you got a problem in your relationship. So either the sisters can come together as a collective and be like, man, look, I know you gonna try to fuck my man anyway, because his resume shows up whenever you see him with me. Like I tell women, they tell me, like, I remember pursuing this one queen. She was like, if you was single, we could definitely do this. I'm like, what? Hold on, you got into this, knowing what it was, but then turned around and said, if you was single, we could do this. That go back into that selfishness. You feel me? But
Yeah,
you would
exactly.
rather me leave my wife, turn around and be with you. But the only reason why you want me is because you seen my resume. You seen how I provide for my family. You seen how I'm there for my kids. I provide wisdom for them on top of income. That's just because how society set up. But if we was in a society where the currency was resources and your character, if you trustworthy, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, I would deal with that. But let's not get it twisted. We limit ourselves based on the things that was meant to limit us from the beginning. So if you saying the nigga don't deserve to be responsible for the people of his community by taking on another woman who a lot of time got children, you feel me, that ain't being taken care of because of a former broken relationship, and us treating each other like our foreign enemies do. That's how they do each other. When they done with their wives, nigga, they lie to kill the whole family. And we killing our families by saying we don't see each other's hurt and pain. You feel me? When we keep going by knowing good and well, this woman ain't got no man, this man ain't got no woman, and we know as a man, you long for the touch of a woman. As a woman, you long for the touch of a man if your brain has not been perverted by not having this basic need. And it's on all levels, whether it's your mother being in your life, you long for your mother's touch. You know what I'm saying? It's on so many levels to the point we can't keep denying the obvious. The motherfucking obvious is we always say it start at home, so let's start there. Once we liberate our houses and our relationships, I think everything else will follow because the way my mama used to talk to me in the house is how I expect the motherfuckers to talk to me on the outside. And there's certain shit I wouldn't let them say. You know what I mean? Only my mama could say that. But I expected people to treat me a certain way. So the tone that you set in your household, the tone that we keep allowing in our household that was given to us from our oppressors, because it's a form of oppression. When you control a person's family, ain't no more oppression than that. Ain't no more pressing than that, nigga. You can steal my car, do all that shit, but until it come to a point where I gotta take my wife somewhere, all that shit, I ain't even worrying about it. Until it get to a point I gotta answer to my kids while we don't got the resources to do what they need done, I ain't worrying about it until it affects my family. And that's what we gotta check. Like, are you only worried about the shit that you think is important to your prestige in this society? Or are you really worried about what's important? And I thought everybody said family was the most important thing. So tonight I
Yeah.
wanted to talk about family. You feel me?
So,
Yeah, well said. But I was
if
just gonna say I'm about to hop off right now. I'm about to go grab me something to
I
eat. But
appreciate you
hey, it was
coming
a
all
real
right,
through,
good
man.
OJ.
build, man. Y'all really had some good information. And some good questions from the chat too. But yeah, peace out.
I
Man, keep coming
appreciate you,
through,
bro.
OJ. I ain't know
For
you
sure.
was that type of brother. Good to talk to you though.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what's up. So, what happens in the unfortunate event that you pass? What happens to the family, the wives, and everything?
Ooh, that's a great one. I already done prepared my little brother for this shit. Look, so I told this little nigga, like, bruh, you see my life, right? And you know I'm not playing no games. Anything I do is feet to the fire, ain't no turning back until I recognize this is the wrong way. And most of the time, I'm not gonna start some shit without trying it, trial and error, looking at my previous experience and recognizing, like, damn, all I gotta do is tweak this. I was right. So in the event that I die, my little brother is ready. And I don't have an irresponsible little brother who's just gonna be like, oh yeah, I got a whole bunch of concubines. I done peeped my little brother since we was little bitty babies to the point I know he is not gonna sit back and try to manipulate the situation to his benefit, as you know, a lot of sisters are afraid of, and I respect it. But at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of brothers also got to take that into account. If you do not have a brother that's a security, because you the security in your family right now. If you do not have a brotherhood as a security for that family, that is another thing that you need to take into consideration. As I stated earlier, I will never limit you, so I ain't gonna tell you don't do it until you got a brotherhood. But more than likely, if you have matured to this point, other brothers respect you and all the queens love you. So you should reach out to your brotherhood or pay more attention to who, in the event of your demise, that you would trust to carry it out. And is if you're a conscious brother, I would suggest you trust a brother whose ideology is totally different from yours. If that's what you feel like is important that you want to push on to the next generation. Now, if you understand that certain ideologies are merely a reflection of each other, and you can get past how this man is wording his cosmology or understanding of life, then hey, bruh, look, in the event of my demise, you basically just do like you do with the life insurance people. But on some black people shit, we dealing directly with our people. Look, bruh, in the event of my demise, I need you to do X, Y, Z. You accept? If he would have said no, I would have had to still be looking for a brother too to back me up. You see what I'm saying? So it's deeper than just niggas looking for females. You still get the chance to look for females while you in a relationship. Nah. And honestly speaking, I would prefer that my wife find the queen at this point. Because I know I love queens, you feel me? I can find a way to love her on the other levels that I might not be attracted to immediately. You feel me? And I trust my queen's discernment to the point if she say she's solid, that let me know she riding for her. And I know I got unconditional love for my people. So that being said, that would be enough to balance the other queen when she's doubtful or she needs a little extra love because she's doubtful of herself, period. So, and that being said, I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, most definitely you did. That's what's up. I just want people to get, normalized with it. I don't want it to be such an outstanding shock, like weird type
Mm-hmm.
of deal. I don't want people to paint it how they would like to see it, whether they romanticize it or they
Right.
try to make it the devil. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
I
what
just want
comes
it to
from
be.
us having other people tell our stories.
I just really want it to be what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I know how we've been cut off from society, and we not allowed to have the certain options that other people are. And I don't like that it's based around financial shit, knowing what you must do, the system of financial, you know what I'm saying, that we dealing with. So,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see the black man's compromise for that, the black woman's compromise for that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know shit ain't going how we would like it to go. You know, ideally, like, yeah, oh, yeah, I just bought my girl a crib. She got a car. She wants some clothes. Here's some clothes. My kids straight, you know?
It wasn't set up for niggas to
Yeah,
be able to do that.
yeah.
And if it was, niggas could liberate themselves with money. You think your oppressor gonna give you something to liberate yourself?
That
But
shit
you
crazy.
can find balance by having enough to take care of your business and not be participating in the pursuit of greed, wanting some shit you don't need.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's really what it boiled down to. Cause I'm gonna tell you straight up, every adult can provide for themselves their basic needs. And you can take 10% of what you got, 10% of what I brought up for my basic needs, 10% of what the next queen brought in for her basic needs, and we can get that to the children without having to go out again. So let's not play games. Let's not play
Yeah.
games.
Like I said, I see a lot of benefits of it. I just don't want to make sure that it's like, oh, yeah, of course you do. You a man. You know what I'm saying? But I also know that women, if, you know, like, it's not what you think it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, the motherfuckers that sit up and try to paint this picture of it's like, you know, all roses and blossoms. Man, that's got to be you anyway. If you a piece of
Right.
shit,
If you
if
ain't at
yeah,
peace
if
on
you
your
fucked
own,
up, any relationship you gonna be in is gonna be fucked up.
right, you gonna fuck it up if it wasn't before you got there.
That's crazy. Yeah, well, like I said, I don't think for me, I would be interested in doing it just knowing me. You know what I'm saying? Knowing what I've done and you know what I'm saying, with my life out and shit like that. I didn't prepare for it. So I wouldn't just turn around like, oh yeah, let's go. I wouldn't even risk that, you know, because I feel like I got women depending on me, this, that, and the other. And if they ain't moving and hustling like they supposed to, like hell yeah, I can't handle all that shit. I ain't gonna sit up here and lie. Shit, I need your help just like I feel my help was needed for you. Simple as that. Like we gonna get it from the dirt, but I guarantee you, at the end of the story, all the people involved gonna look like they did something. You know what I'm saying? Gonna look like they've been working for something all these years. Motherfuckers ain't gonna look crazy, be all motherfucking broken,
What
homeless
you
and without a
said,
car and all that shit. Yeah, like
that shit
whatever.
crazy.
Fuck how
Like,
you, for whatever chapter that you caught my story in, don't judge it
hmm
by that. Just wait till the end. Read the whole book. That's what I be telling people. Go ahead,
and I
bro.
respect, I respect, like I told OJ, I respect Jewel. I got my little brother. He don't like in his relationship. He ain't at that point, nor do I think he'll ever get to the point where he want to be in a poly relationship. But at that point, like, bro, I don't see myself going no time soon. You feel me? But should it happen, I'm prepared. You know what I'm saying? To an extent, it's like it was something you was just talking about that I wanted to respond to. Cause like I'm not trying to convert niggas to nothing. I don't want I don't want you to live your life based on what I'm doing. And I'm pretty sure that's not what you would do anyway. Uh I feel like me, I always wanted to be like the greatest father. I always wanted to be the greatest husband. Like these are things that I was preparing myself for as a young man. Like it was certain things that I sacrificed not doing just so in the long run I could do these things and leave myself open to be able to be a father. Not man, I never planned for this shit, bro. I never planned to be uh, a king of my castle, as Polly has allowed me to be as well. For my queens to be this way, like my wife, man, we talk sometime and it be like, bruh, we realize they sold us a fucking dream. Like they tell the woman, you gonna be this knight in shining armor, all the while they know they taking your image in front of her, and then they tell us a woman who love you, she gonna put up with all of your shit, but not knowing you still got to take into account for how she feel when she's struggling, even though she's not blaming you. But as a man, your guilty conscience, knowing that she set up against you and you know, absent of this shit, you would do what you were supposed to do. You swear up and down, she coming at you when she like, dang, baby, I'm sorry. Like, and it's hurtful to even have to tell her that shit. But the only way we alleviate that shit is to separate ourselves mentally. We can't keep on looking at it from the perspective they want us to see. That's like whose report will you believe? Oh yeah, niggas is fucked up out here. Not the niggas I know. Niggas I know still getting it how they live. Cause at the end of the day, it's about surviving. So survival has many levels. Survival to the next day, survival of the next generation. You feel me? To the point, as long as we doing that, We thriving. Let's not get it twisted. The first rule of life is survival. All the rest of that shit is shit you don't fucking need. So as long as we surviving as a squad, and I'm man, bro, you know from just you and your homies when we used to be hustling this shit. Nigga, if you had 50 cent, he had 50 cent, nigga, y'all can get some dollar twinkies and make it through the night. Till we hustle up on some real bread. But it don't change the fact that survival was always in us. To the point sisters even do that shit with their girlfriends. They put their little chain together and they go out. But they both paying for that shit to make sure they both shine. All I'm saying is let's not be homo in the way that we build. Brothers always come together and get money together. But I'm saying queens and brothers need to come together and get money together in their relationships because that's where the true bonds are built. I can't call you no friend if you're not willing to invest in me, whether that's time or sweat equity. You feel me? Like, get your hands dirty with me. You say you believe in what I believe. Let me hear you, you know what I'm saying, running the bath water for the babies. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if I hear you running the bath water for the babies and you say, hey, family, I need y'all to support me. We out here, we got this business. You first of all, you're not asking for shit. You got a solution that you providing for the people. So I'm gonna support you when I need that solution. You feel me?
That's what's up.
Quicker than I would a motherfucker I know I ain't got nobody to take care of but his goddamn self. But I'm not gonna sit back and see you trying to make a change, trying to make an effort to do something better than what we seen, and just knock your efforts when I ain't doing shit myself
Hmm.
in that area.
Mm-hmm. Well, I appreciate you, big bro, man. We're gonna go on and end this one, man. I'm sorry you had
Man, I appreciate
fall
that.
victim to what you feel victim to, man. Shout out to Nikki
Man,
Justice on the run for coming through, man. Y'all subscribe to her channel, man. That's
never be sorry. I love when I am crowned by the queen. So I won technically,
that's
but
what's
I
up. Ain't
lost.
nobody better to lose to, brother. I tell you that,
You hear
man.
me?
That's what's
Hear
up,
me?
man. Make sure y'all subscribe to Psychopathy. Psychopathy is live for game night Saturday and Wake and Bake Saturday morning. Become a Patreon of them too. Help them, support them, keep them, get them exclusive content from Papa Psycho. Subscribe to Goldmind Tree Tribe TV, man.
For sure, for
Y'all,
sure.
y'all already know what's going down over there, man. That's my brother, man. We gonna keep thriving together, man, supporting each other.
Team
Make
Ujima.
Yeah, that's what's up. Team Ujima with the brother Brandon Bay. Also subscribe to his channel. I'm assuming it's Brandon Bay because we haven't seen it yet, but he said it's done. And I said if it's not, I'm gonna make him one anyway and send him the information. So y'all do that.
Right.
Nikki Taco Tuesday. Fuck with Sister Renee. If you need any graphics at Renee's Black Graphics, catch her on Facebook. Subscribe to Suicide H29 for the gold mirror. You know the what is it? Not gold mirror. What is it? His mirror,
What?
the mirror thing that he do, man. What's that shit called?
Mirror
Y'all
to
know what I'm
mirror?
talking about. Suicide
Man.
H29. Yeah, the soul mirror. The soul mirror. I said
Oh
gold.
yeah, he be
Soul
going
mirror.
in.
Yeah. We put motherfuckers on fire about that shit, man. Hey, if I forgot about my bag, man, Solar Vision Debate League. Hold on. Subscribe to Solar Vision Debate League, man. And subscribe to his other channel, which is going to be the Argument League. But check out the debates on Solar Vision.
Subscribe to Swab Boss at this beach. Don't forget Swab Boss 26. Make sure y'all subscribe to that if you ain't already. And if you subscribing to that Goldmine Tree Tribe TV and you don't subscribe to the Queens, hey, miss me with that because I'm gonna look at you a little different. But make sure you do check out Nikki on the Run and Sister Renee with the graphics. You feel me?
For sure.
And
For
we
sure.
out.
And we good, man. Appreciate y'all. Check out brother Goldman debate on Solar Vision Debate League on the 11th against
For
your favorite
sure.
Char. And check out Mama Debate on the 13th, same place. Solar Vision Debate League against Weta on the 13th. And then we got brother Brandon Bay on the 9th, if they don't squiggle out of that. Against Pastor Hal. How did I forget that? All right, man. Thank y'all for fucking with us, man. Coming through, man. Black Power, peace to my people, man. Love y'all to everybody else, man. That's what's up, man. We gone.
Love.